in a minute to rev up. Yes, hello, we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bootleg Dirty Laundry. This stream was unlocked as a donation reward for reaching some thousand amount of dollars, I don't remember, on our New Year's stream. Thanks to all you lovely people for raising money for the Internet Archive. We're going to be playing our own version of Dropout's Dirty Laundry. If you are unfamiliar with Dropout, they're the only good streaming service that exists. I highly encourage supporting them. Dirty Laundry is my favorite show they do. It's the reason I started subbing to their content, and it's absolutely worth it. How the game works. I have 4 wonderful, currently invisible contestants with me today, who I'm about to introduce, each of whom has submitted to me true stories, silly and or terrible things that have happened to them in the past, secrets. We are going to be airing out their dirty laundry, and I'm going to read out each of these secrets one by one, and our guests, as well as you, the viewer at home, are going to have to guess who each secret belongs to. If you get it right, you get a point, and if nobody guesses the person correctly, the person whose secret it is that fooled everyone gets 3 points. So it's a game about lying to each other and casting the blame on your friends. And now, without further ado, let's introduce those lovely guests. So first of all, we have the cerulean foolian Gianni Matragrano. Now you
Hi,
talk.
everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I go. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. It's me, Gianni. You might know me from Jello's Psychonaut 2 streams. And what else was I in?
You've screamed Mario. You've screamed Mario on our...
Oh, yeah, I screamed Mario a lot. Yeah, and I screamed Mario at those guess the music games that I was really bad at. And it's not going to be better. It's not going to be better today. Good thing I brought such close friends to lose. All right, sorry, go to the next one.
And the next one is the yellow fellow. It's Tasch Ritter.
Hey guys, I'm soon to be Gianni's former best friend. I'm kidding.
There's an opening in the future for one of you out there.
So now you
raffle it off.
Chat, you know your prize. Whoever gets the most points is Gianni's new best friend.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say about myself. I'm gay. I'm good. That's
Yeah.
I listed you on the Patreon announcement as voice of many a MILF, if that helps.
That's so real.
Thank you for that. That is a title I am so honored to have.
Then third, we have a crimson minion. It is FunnyWes.
You said
it like I just let you out of a cage.
Play a true story. What?
I said, you said you appeared on the screen just as you were like I just let you out of a cavern or something.
You said true stories, and I was rushing to put on Talking Heads as true stories. Hello, everybody. I'm Wes. I made a lot of Metal Gear videos. I play a lot of weird freaks. I blew out my throat doing it 2 months ago. That's what she said. I do a lot of streams with these guys, mainly like Seigi and a bird and a sandwich. Happy to be here. Let's ruin our relationship.
And then you already introduced him, but last we have a Violet Guylet. It's Seigi.
Hey, what's up?
Yes!
How you doing? I'm Seigi. I made a lot of YouTube videos as practice to be a voice actor, and then became a voice actor. It was just as I predicted. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Oh my god, is that SeigiVA?
From Rivals of Aether too?
Yes.
From Two Demons?
No! Yes.
So how good or bad do you guys think you're going to be at this game? Like, how well do you think you know each other?
Okay, I think all right. We know each other pretty well. For anybody, we should probably mention this at least once, in case anybody keeps seeing people calling us grifters in the chat. It's not just a general insult, and we're not like right-wing podcasters. It's because we did a lot of streams voicing through games that didn't have voiceovers, starting with Griftlands, as per Tasch's fucking limbo-esque torment for us for like however many years we streamed Griftlands.
Like 3, yeah.
Yeah, and so after doing Griftlands for so long, we decided to take the title The Grifters because it's the way those characters are referred to in that game. And we kept doing a bunch of streams together pretty much every week, voicing through various stuff until, well, we haven't done it that much lately because, well, there was an incident that is responsible for killing the Grifters, the show. And for more information about that, go on YouTube and look for GetGianni Sonic Inflation Adventure Trilogy. But for now, all you need to know is that we are still all friends.
For now.
I am legally obligated to agree with what he said.
Nothing like friends, you know. I'll drink to that.
Wes wasn't on the show. That feels weird and exclusionary to point to you and be like, you were okay. Wes was in the inflation incident. But she wasn't in the weekly show. That was me, Tasch, and Seigi. But Wes is still a very dear and close friend to all of us.
So what you're saying is the blue, yellow, and purple 3 of you people I've never met and don't know your names were friends, and then Wes showed up and ruined everything. If I'm understanding this correctly.
Oh yeah, I can blame it all on her.
Shithead.
That's so smart, Jill. I wanted to give you points, not real points, but for your the color introductions, the alliterations. I feel like somebody should recognize you for that, so I'm doing it. Good job.
Shout out.
Thank you. All right, you guys ready to start the game?
Appreciated all of them.
Sure.
As
Why
ready
not?
as we're gonna be, I think.
Let's just start with a classic dirty laundry. So, who had sex with their friend's mom?
What?
Oh, I didn't know the game was just gonna be like out and forward like that. I thought. A little like drum roll or
no.
Like,
no, it's better if I'm just like who's responsible for 28 deaths.
Why did someone immediately guess me in the chat? What the fuck?
Because like one of the only points we mentioned about you is that you voice many a MILF, so that MILF mom, I guess that's the connection.
So true. Oh, my guess is Gianni.
You don't have to guess right. You can deliberate, and then I'll ask you guys to lock in an answer.
Oh, I see. I don't know if there's like, do we get extra points for like
just
guessing?
Right in.
You don't get extra points now.
Damn.
I'm already going to be struggling to update a text thing on OBS because it's OBS, so I don't want to add any more anything to the setup.
Understandable.
Sorry, I'm gonna defend myself here. I just realized that I didn't like make any posts or anything that I was here, so I was quickly rushing to doing that.
Wow.
So I kind of don't want to defend myself. Wait, if everyone guesses me and it wasn't me, can I like in any way pretend that it was me?
If everybody guesses the person it is, you don't get to be like it was me, and you just get nothing because you're obvious. Though I will.
If nobody,
you're embarrassed.
I should point out.
I don't want the points. I want the for people to think that happened with me. So if everyone guesses,
I should also say,
go with it?
this is my bad. I forgot to do this rule. I don't think I mentioned this to you guys. It is possible that I have put in prompts that are my own as a red herring.
My God.
That's really fun. All right.
There are fake ones.
There are fake ones. They're real. They're my real stories, and I mean
your stories.
Yeah, they're
for our income. Good to know.
Wait, these are their stories.
So any other accusations, or is it just Tasch going, I think it's Gianni, and Gianni going, let me defend myself, and then saying nothing to do that?
I'm going either Gianni or fake, honestly.
I'm going.
Are there fakes?
Gianni or fake?
Are there fakes?
Gianni or
I mean, not
Jello?
fake, but Jello.
I mean, am I really here? Am I actually hosting this?
You're the dealer. Do you count? We're playing blackjack.
You can't be like, some of these might be mine, and then if someone goes, okay, it was Jello, then you go, was I real or a figment of your imagination?
All right,
Maybe you hypnotized yourself to thinking I would lie to you.
It didn't.
What
It didn't
does
seem
it
like there's a
mean
lot
to
of deliberation.
exist?
It doesn't seem like
Truly.
there's a lot of deliberation for this one. So I guess let's just lock in guesses. Seigi, who do you think? You only get to pick one. Who do you think? Do you think it
damn
was
it.
me, Gianni?
I'm gonna throw it at you, Jello. Honestly.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw it at you.
You think I fucked my friend's mom? Okay.
I think you did. I think
Wes?
you fucked your friend's mom.
I'm gonna do a wild card.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Seigi.
Ooh.
He's been awfully like, oh, it's this. I'm trying to play this like usual suspects.
Were you
shit.
Among Using this?
Yeah,
This is an
he's
Among Us
like
game.
an Among Us pro. So yeah, we should really watch out for him.
Okay.
That's my final
I don't know
answer.
what I've
Wait.
done.
Oh, but Gianni might be the obvious answer. Maybe I need to guess Wes just to cover all our bases.
I for real thought you were gonna say
Dumb
maybe I need to
answer.
guess myself, and I was like, Tosh, I didn't hire a
Amazing.
PI. I asked you guys to submit.
Can I guess myself? I want this one.
You
Yeah,
can guess
I
yourself,
want
but if it is you, I'm not giving you a point.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Fucking
You only
the end
get
of
points if no one guesses you.
It's the end of MGS5, and instead of war crimes, it's did I fuck my friend's mom? I'm like looking at myself in the mirror.
Yeah, Tosh, who's your submission? Who do you guess?
Now I'm indecisive. Fuck.
Analysis paralysis.
Gianni. I'm just gonna go with it.
All right, and then
All right.
Gianni, who do you think it was?
Just real quick, sorry, I know you explained this. Do I lose points for guessing wrong in any way or something like that?
You'd
or
never
can
lose
I-
points in this game. No.
I'll find a way to lose points.
Okay.
All right. I guess myself.
All right. Well, that's good because I guess mom
Or
fucker.
Seigi.
Please reveal yourself, mom fucker, whoever you are.
Hey everybody.
So why don't you tell us the mom fucking story?
I don't
my
want
God.
to. And I do. Okay, I
You want to? That's the whole thing.
We have a big problem here because Tosh
submitted it.
Okay. Before the stream, Tosh was like, "My mom's gonna watch this." And I was like, Tosh, I need your mom to not watch this one.
Listen.
Did you fuck Tasha's
She's
mom?
literally, she's already been
No!
in the chat. She has been commenting on things. Like,
Tasha's mom.
Too late.
We love
This
you.
is a disaster that you picked this one first because she hasn't had time to leave yet. And second of all, this was one of my better ones. So like the other ones are gonna be like, man, this guy's life is a mess. And this one I was hoping would come in like in the middle to make it feel like there's a bit of like variance and hope in my
time
story.
out. Time out. Someone in the chat said score 1 point to Tasha's mom. She was not the
No.
one that fucked
No.
Gianni. She was not the one.
Are you sure, Gianni? Tell the story. You don't know.
I guess I have to tell the story.
She fucked my mom,
All right.
Gianni?
Well,
How crazy would it be if this is how I found out? Like,
no, so I lived a pretty wild life in Florida for most of my life. And one aspect of that wild life was a lot of house parties and lots of drinking when I was younger. And one such house party took place at a particular friend's house that was... Okay, the real reason I want to tell this story is to kind of just explain to all of you that this really awesome person exists. I don't want to identify them too clearly, but here's what I can tell you about my friend's mother. Without getting into graphic detail.
How much?
She-
So
It's gonna sound like I'm making this up, but I swear to God, all of this happened.
Okay.
She is a gator hunter, taxidermist, and the house is in like a big acreage swamp fucking area, and we would do parties out, pretty big parties out there, semi-frequently with like the bonfire and the whole 9 yards. And she was cool as hell. She used to take us on like airboat rides and stuff out across the swamp and whatnot. She had like really crazy stories about how like one of the most deadly and dangerous for her life incidents that she ever got caught up with all the hunting that she did and everything was actually with fucking otters. because just having like so many of them around her in a particular like incident that she ended up in. Another one where she was saying that one of the most threatened she's ever been was with a boar. Boars just in particular can really get you. And no, this lady fucking rocked.
So you say she was a gator hunter. When she clenched onto your dick, did she death roll it off gator style?
Now my wife might be watching this, so I have to be real careful. But it was close. Let's just say
you knew to roll with it.
It's kind of funny because like the way, now that you mention that, I don't know how much detail I should get into about hunting, but the way she described the way the gator hunting works is they basically have like, it's like a big stick that is a gun, and you just like you pogo stick it down onto the skull, and it just bam. And now I'm thinking about what if that happened to my dick.
Some kind of advanced sounding.
But yeah, we were drunk and we had sex. That's the story.
Did anyone actually guess Gianni? Was it Tasch? Did you guess Gianni?
Yeah,
All right,
I did.
That's a point for Tasch. Go.
And my friend thanked me. Okay.
You could have just said you're from Florida, and we would have got it like immediately.
That's yeah.
God, I
gonna
appreciate the chat saying new sex toy idea.
She
That's
got
a fucking bloodborne
she
trick
got
weapon.
stiffed, and I'm not doing a pun here, but she got stiffed by Shaq. Shaq, the legendary Shaq had gotten. I just always remember this about her. There's a picture of her with Shaq. He had gotten a piece done by her, and I forget the details because this was like fucking 15 years ago, but had like stuck her with the bill and just never paid up.
Damn.
So quite the amazing woman. I'm glad to be one more of her follies.
I don't think I would ever not pay up a gator hunter for anything.
That's a good point.
Especially because I'm green right now. I'm a prime target here. Well, let's move on to the next one. Next prompt. Who got an album put on streaming services thanks to constant harassment?
Oh man.
I'll read that one more time.
Constant harassment.
Like,
who got an album?
Do you mean like verbal or like? Does it say?
That's what it just says. Constant harassment. You would hope verbal. That's the best one in this situation, I'd imagine. Unless someone's gonna be like, "Yeah, I threw a bunch of bricks at some guy's window."
Hey! Put my album out! Put my album out! Put my album out! And it's like, damn.
I know who I want to guess.
Who do you want to get? You're supposed to throw out accusations right away, so you can discuss it as a panel together.
Mario. I think this is tough. I think either Segi or Jello, but I think I'm gonna roll with Segi.
Why do you think?
Because Segi, like me, has a lot of various bullshit going on in the world of VO, and sometimes those bullshits happen to include work on things that end up on Spotify or involving Spotify. Like, I'm on Spotify because I worked with Little V on a cover of You Touch My Tra-La-La, my Ding Ding Dong, the Ding Dong song.
I feel that.
So because of that, I'm on Spotify. So I feel like Segi might have gotten wrapped up in a similar sort of adventure where he has to do that. That or it's Jello, because Jello does like a million things.
Yeah. I did have to fight a bunch of those like bullshit artists who just steal songs from Epithet Erased and then upload them as
Jesus.
As they're just like, this is my song, and I'm like, it just demonstrably isn't. But like, that's also something I've talked about on stream before. So if that were my story, I would not put it on here.
Or maybe you're just trying to lead
Maybe
us
I
on.
am.
That
Maybe
sounds
I'm a
like the
suspicious
kind
guy.
of thing that someone who's trying to throw us off the trail would say.
You fought them. I fought them, says Aloha, my personal assistant. I had to send some shit. I had to send some emails too and get some information.
I had to send an email, okay?
I almost died, and you're here.
I was beating people to death in Fortnite. In Fortnite.
Tasch always ends up having to do some bullshit.
I mean, yes, but also, look, music has been safe for me for now. So it hasn't happened to me yet. I'm also guessing Seigi, considering he has multiple family members involved in music shit, so I can only assume that also, for those who don't know, Justice is just a fucking anime character in real life.
Yeah.
And like, if any stories that sound like an anime-ass plot point, it's gonna be Seigi, okay? Just know that.
I will say, if I were character designing for like a TV show, even like a live action thing, and I was like the costume designer, and I had to do like a disc jockey or you know how you call them that instead of a DJ, or like a disc jockey or playing
a master of ceremonies.
Yes,
a soundstress.
Jockey, I've shotted mine panties.
But if I were like designing someone to be an audio wizard of some kind, Justice just looks like he was designed to be that kind of guy. You have like a wonderful look, honestly. You look like a character, and I mean that as a compliment.
I tried my best. I made that as a thing in middle school.
I have a bomb for a head. No, I know what you mean. You know, Segi's done for real.
That's not just a single dill pickle hair sticking out of a bald head. Yeah, all right. I guess lock in guesses. Let's go left to right this time, Gianni.
I'm gonna go Seigi.
Okay, Tasch.
Seigi.
Wes.
I'm going you. Actually.
You're going me? Okay. Seigi.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if you showed your hand too much with the. Well, actually, I had to, but you know.
True, yeah, that's very Columbo that the villain would reveal too many details about why it couldn't have been them.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Funnily enough, I'm wildcarding it with Wes.
Okay. Will the album abuser please speak up?
Happily.
Thought so. So this one, I completely was like, I'm gonna stay silent so that deliberation happens. They're gonna think it's me, the guy who's the son of a music producer.
Literally.
With how quiet she was, I was like, I know this is gonna end up being fucking Wes.
So I tell the story now? Is that how
Yeah, tell the story.
All right. So, when I was a kid, I was in high school when like the 80s boom was happening, you know, like the Stranger Things, and I feel like every third movie having like an 80s like kind of feel to it. I was really, really, really into Oingo Boingo. I won't go into the whole thing because of specifics, but basically they put out an album called Solo that they weren't allowed to put out because they had like a one record every year or 2 years kind of deal. So they couldn't do it under the band name, so they did it under the lead of the band, aka Danny Elfman. But it wasn't put on streaming because of that little like loophole. So one day, in my senior year of high school, I decided to call. I don't know if it's still his agent or not. I decided to call Danny Elfman's agent every single day after school, and I would send him emails every single day. I sent it to Jello. Actually.
You did, yeah. I didn't want to bother like censoring email addresses, so I don't have it pulled up to put on screen, but you did send it to me, and I do have it, and I love the way you sign off on that email.
I'm like audibly 17, 18 in that thing. But yeah, I would call him and I would email him endlessly for I believe 2.5 months. And then one day, my friend messaged doing my friend's Snapchat dailies. Remember those? My buddy was like,
Still running my
shit.
streaks.
Our streaks. He was like, holy shit, it's up. I was like, what? It's up. Check Spotify. And lo and behold, Solo by Danny Elfman is on Spotify. So yeah, I guess it worked.
I misunderstood the story because I thought it was that somebody here had to put an album up because they were being harassed. I didn't realize I was amongst harassers here.
No, the reason you want to deliver, you guys all submitted these one way, and I purposefully neutralized all the language so that most of them can be taken multiple ways. So that's why you have to deliberate what this could mean. Yeah. I do.
How can you possibly be like, I can't believe I'm in the company of harassers? You're literally called the grifters.
These kind of grifters?
Didn't think they were gonna grift my face.
I'm obviously not going to read this whole thing, but I do think, and I'm not going to put it up on screen, but I do have the email that you sent me, which I love that you still have, by the way, like 10 years later.
I think that's the email I use for YouTube still.
Okay, so then I'm glad I didn't.
Danny Elfman's gonna find you and be like, "So you were the little motherfucker."
What does he sound like? The fucking Killer 7.
He's gonna come in singing like Jack Skellington about revenge.
Yeah. No, he's gonna wanted bullet curve you to intimidate you and make you remember.
I do.
I did do that movie.
I do agree that you are like audibly a teenager here, because I'll just read like 2 sentences, which is, I will do anything within the realm of legal to be able to listen to Solo by Danny Elfman on Spotify. Please, period. I am virtually begging, both literally and figuratively. Get this message to Danny/Daniel/Dan/Dan the man, or anyone involved with the album as soon as physically possible. And you have signed it. I love you do sound like if this is your full name, you do sound like a Simpsons character. I was gonna say I'm not gonna say it.
It does sound like that.
But you have signed it functionally FunnyWes, kooky teen.
Yeah. You know what's funny is I still say figuratively and literally. I guess that's been a thing I've just done forever.
Do you still sign emails with kooky teen?
Yeah. I haven't.
Sometimes she calls some of us Dan the man. We've never really understood why.
Did you ever get a bunch of emails from a kooky teen 10 years ago? Because maybe she was sending them to the wrong address that whole time.
Maybe I'm Danny Elfman. You little motherfucker.
Yeah, she almost got away with that. Seigi played that very smart and very quiet. That's why you got to throw accusations and interrogate each other. You guys keep going, I think it was this person. The person was like, okay, I guess that's what you think.
No, I wanted that. I was like,
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think ahead to the part. Well, I don't think ahead, but I didn't think ahead to the part about the social deception game. I've talked about this before. I don't play Among Us, and I'm terrible at social deception games because it stresses me out to lie to people. So I throw every match of Among Us I'm in. If I'm ever the imposter, I just like sprint directly at the first person I see and stab them, because I can't take the pressure of having to like throw the lies around. So it's gonna be a real challenge for me today, but I'll try.
I'm really glad that the person who has a rough time with the pressure of social deception games has a ticking, burning bomb for a head here. Yeah. So we're definitely all gonna be safe. Let's go to this third one. Who locked themselves out of a house by falling off a roof?
Whoa.
Whoa.
All right, I'm thinking.
Which one of us is it?
Scale of 1 to 10, how anime does this sound? Because I'm definitely
we can't just try to like.
You can't just use the anime.
How many grams of anime do I approximate
Which
this
anime
to be?
was this one made from?
Okay,
Pulling
well,
up the Bishy
explain how
scale.
you're not the person in question.
You can't really just throw that out there, man.
That sounds pretty defensive to me.
Yeah, prove me wrong.
You can't just throw that out there like a person being thrown off a roof in episode 28 of my favorite anime.
Episode 28. Why can't people just fall off of roofs? Okay.
It's like from Marty High School. Oh, this was Seigi. Easy. Here we go.
Aloha in chat. Jello would never fall off a roof. He is too tall.
So is Seigi, though. Like, wait, how tall are you, Jello?
I'm 6'5".
Jesus
What?
Christ!
Yeah, I know.
Literally, like a foot taller than me. What the fuck?
Hey, I don't like it
That's
either.
pretty
I would donate like 3 inches to the first person who asked. I don't want this.
I'll take
I'm
it.
not gonna say what I was gonna say.
I
there.
I know.
Okay, I'm happy you were also.
Everybody
remember-
thought it.
I still think I shouldn't make this stream about Jello, but I can't stop. Oh God, he's growing.
He's huge.
I can't stop. I often think about my friendship with Jello, and all I can think of is when I first learned that I said. I don't know what I said, but I was like, wow, whoa, that really surprises me about you. In some way, like I depicted that was a surprise to me about you in particular. And and you were like, you said something that was like, why? Why does that surprise you about me? Why is that difficult for you to believe about me? And I think I like weaseled out of answering it. I think thankfully like the friend group moved on to another subject or something, so I never had to answer it. So with that being said, I think it was Segi who fell off the roof.
Do you have any defense? Because everyone has thrown the roof accusation at you.
Mine wasn't
thing
serious.
is-
Mine wasn't serious.
The thing is that there's no way to, because Tasch did the automatic anime response, which unfortunately I don't know. I don't even think this sounds like anime, but yeah, it's me. I don't care.
Oh, you're just gonna explode.
What?
I don't care anymore. Everybody said me already. All right, they won.
It didn't mean mine. I was gonna say Tasch.
And
Me.
just take it. Free point.
Yeah, I mean, I guess since you just exploded, I have to give everyone else a point out of fairness.
Oh, I was thinking Tasch. Mine was a bit.
Yeah, but
You were
I mean,
not. That's a lie.
I'm not fibbing. Is the thing.
West lighting.
dude, would this
Running a charity for everyone
kooky
else.
team lie?
Also, another thing. Yeah, I'm second to Gianni with social deduction. I'm just too autistic to lie. Sorry. I'm literally just too autistic to lie. This is a thing my parents learned very early.
You saw him set up that. You saw how he gamed you guys with Wes. You know that's also he's like, oh, I can't lie, so he's gonna sweep the rest of the game. Is what's gonna happen.
I'm really glad that it was Segi because I felt bad throwing 2 accusations in a row at him, and I was like, if they're both wrong, and then I have to like do it a third time, it's gonna feel like the whole stream is just setting out to like gang up on Segi. So I'm really happy that it was you.
Well, you know,
Genuinely thought it was
Really
Tasch.
funny.
you can tell that this is definitely like I'm hosting the stream as a streamer because chat has been guessing me exclusively for literally everything, and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have mentioned that I could be a fake out.
Jello!
Yeah.
If I fell off a roof, I'd just be dead. I'm just gonna throw that out there. With my luck, I would land like right on my neck and be dead immediately.
I'm kind of surprised it was Segi. Oh, sorry, you go ahead, Tosh.
I'm just laughing because there was a very vocal chunk of them that were all like, that's a very Tosh-coded thing to fall off a roof. And I'm like, what the fuck, you guys?
You did
I was
immediately.
thinking that.
You did get pegged first. It was just like that's Tosh.
Lucky.
I did
give that
immediately
vibe?
think.
Question mark?
I thought
And
it
I'm
was
like
you.
surprised because Segi's in New York, where I assume most roofs are high enough to be fatal. So I guess I should let Segi tell the story.
say.
then.
Yeah, what is this? Did you fall off the Empire State Building? What's the exact
No.
story?
that?
No, this was way before I had moved to New York. I was I was a youth, and my room had like the roof outside of my window had a little bit of a roof that was just slightly walkable. It was like at a very low angle, and then you could go up to the other sides of the house on the second floor and go up to the bigger top parts. And fuck you, Tosh, being the anime boy that I was, would go up there and look at the stars at night. Aww. Because like, why would I miss night?
Fucking
And
believable.
you're like
in the anime ending and the
Shut up!
kids.
you're laying on the roof waiting for a shooting star. One finally goes by. God, I hope I break all my bones by falling off this roof.
I hope I don't fall 90 stories.
Oh my god. But like, I just wanted to be up there, hang out, and just chill. Because I'm the youngest of 3 boys, and you try and get privacy. Anyway, so I'd go up there, hang out on the roof, chilling at night, and usually I'd be good about this and I wouldn't fall because I was good at it and I've been dancing for years. I'm very graceful. But one day, no one else was in the house but my older brother, I thought. And because my parents were gone for like some work trip or some shit. And I'm like, word, I'm just going to go out, chill on the roof. I'm about to like, it's like a little bit later at night. I'm going to just go back inside. I'm going to go a little bit lower. And I always walked backwards like a ladder. Like you're going down a ladder. I'm not going to be trying to kill myself. But I missed one foothold, slipped, rolled off of my shoulder, and kind of like rolled off into the grass of my neighbor's like lawn.
Oh my god.
Ow. Thankfully, I landed like front first, so I had like arms so I could not die, and I was able to roll out of it. Thank you, gymnastics training. And I get up, physically in pain, phone in pocket, thank God.
Oh god, okay.
And I walk to the back door, and I'm like, please be home, please be home, please be home. It's just like knocking. No one was home. I called my brother. He had left to go get food 15 minutes ago. He had told me about this. We had gotten pizza. I thought he was about to go out after that. He is gone. I'm just outside. It's 45 degrees. I'm not cold.
Because I can't feel anything in my body anymore.
The adrenaline's really rocking me right there. It's just like, oh no. Oh jeez.
It's some fucking
man.
Mr. Bean shit happening to you.
God,
What the
dude.
fuck?
Mr. Bean is my favorite anime, so it makes sense you guys immediately
Yeah, that makes sense.
picked Seigi.
After
for
you
this.
after you fell, did you get up and do like little like
No, I did and I popped my shoulder back into place.
Yeah,
Did you that moment as you were like losing your balance go?
did you
And I
like
thought in slow motion.
you fall off the roof, you impact, and the director's like, sorry, you peaked on that one. Can you get back up and fall off again?
Let me try that again.
Yeah. Can we get a retake? God.
All right,
As you get back into the home, dusting yourself off, it pans to the stars that you were looking at and shows the giant smiling face of your greatest enemy in the sky, warmly contented at your despair.
you look up at the stars and they spell Lamau in constellations.
I didn't even know you back then. What?
Dude,
It's Tasch
look
with
at
the-
my character design. I've got the dastardly smile. The designers tried to tell you about me from the fucking start, okay? Like,
Don't you remember that part in the opening where Tosh is in the stars? That's actually foreshadowing.
The foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Everyone thought Tash died. No.
No, that's the twist. That's the first hint. Let's move on to the next one. Who was recognized in public for the first time while purchasing yaoi?
Jesus fucking
Wes.
Christ.
Damn.
Why do you pick
wanna
Wes
say-
for this?
I don't need to elaborate.
Okay, go ahead.
because I'm gonna say Jello.
You can say
Gianni,
me.
honestly.
You think I'm a yaoi in public purchaser kind of guy?
I don't know. I don't think you are, which is why the story would be that much funnier, because the one time you need to purchase such material is the one time someone's like, "Oh my god, is that Jello
How dare you
Apocalypse?"
accuse me? I would never. I steal all my porn, obviously.
Yeah. Well, no, that's true. I can see that.
Like a
Someone in chat says if it was Jello, it would have been Yuri. They are right for what it's worth.
that's real as fuck. That's real as fuck. I'm gonna be honest with you.
All right, but so here's the thing. I don't defend myself because I have no points to gain or lose. So if you guys pick
Yeah,
me,
that's
that's just
true.
funny. So that's why I stay silent. But you guys actually got some instant accusations.
I can fan more discussion here. I would possibly think Seigi, but I can't guess him 3 times in a row, or he's gonna think I just like don't trust him or something.
You guys
No,
have
go
been
for it, go
talking
for it.
lately.
I possibly, this might be one of those times where I know somebody too much and could guess it just because I knew them.
That's
not,
the
not
game,
from knowing
dude.
their personality. No, not like from like, oh, I know their personality, but like knowing their stories too well. In that I remember Wes was doing some conventions a bit ago, and she had posted some pictures of herself on the social media and was like, "Hey, I'm out here if anyone wants to say hi." And I feel like that leads to the most likely, like, you get recognized and somebody says hi to you. And I feel like I vaguely remember that the person who caught... Okay, I'm probably wrong. But I feel like in the back of my mind, something is saying, and the person who caught you buying yaoi was KG Tang.
No. But I would have... And this is off the record, on the record, because this is forever. I would have done some like Suda 51 shit to myself, like body unrecognizable if it was him. I love that guy.
I do.
You know he's in chat,
actually
right?
I would. I got the bean katana pointed right at my throat. It's about to look like 4th of July.
I think that Seigi is too straight actually for this, so I think I also.
That's
side
my
with-
reasoning.
The first time being straight made me win.
Wow, the first time being straight's given anyone an advantage.
Ever in life.
All right, let's get guesses in. Straight boy, what do you think?
Well, honestly, I'm between Gianni and Wes because I'm gonna throw it at Wes. I believe
It
she could
sounds
do
too
it.
tame to be one of Gianni's.
Yeah, this just feels like a Wes.
Wow.
It feels like a Wes found some kind of yakuza.
You know what? I have to admit that the occurrence of yaoi in my life wouldn't even register.
That's
Are you sure you weren't?
paper towels to you.
I mean, you could have been purchasing yaoi.
Degenerate.
You could have been purchasing yaoi at a convention, and one of the alligators in Florida walks up to you and was like, "Oh, I remember you."
And then we had sex.
Okay, time out. Gianni's wife is in chat and says
Yeah,
Gianni
we
was
get her.
recognized while banging dudes at an orgy.
My goat.
All right. Well, we got.
It's true.
We got
Gianni's
Seigi.
too degenerate. Justice is too straight. It's gotta be Wes.
All right, we got Wes. What's your guess? Let's get our Seigi
It
versus
has
you.
to be. It has to be you. I feel like.
It has to be. It has to be me.
I feel like
Okay.
everyone's in the same mindset as I think everyone here all together is thinking the
Yeah,
same thing.
everyone's saying me. That's definitely for sure. Taj, who do you think it is?
Wes.
Gianni.
It was funny, Wes.
I will say, I love that Wes's tell is guessing me so far.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm smoking a stogie right now. I'm checking Cookie Clicker.
Why don't you tell the story, Wes?
Ah, yeah, fine, whatever.
Well.
Fuck it. Yeah, okay. So I hated that. You guys did like a fucking Jujutsu Kaisen team attack on me there. You all had little pieces of stuff that was all true and correct. So yes,
I'm so
I
sorry.
did go to ASEN last year over in Chicago, provided by my dear friends Veggie BLT and Five Tail. Shouts out to them. Everybody read From Eden.
From Eden.
Yeah, so it was my first convention. It was really, really fun. I did actually get something signed by KG Tang. Shouts out to him. So I was combing around the artist alley with Five Tail, buying stuff for the wife. And I'm at this is where Seigi's bit comes in. I was at a booth that was primarily selling Yakuza merchandise. I was purchasing the famed Kiryu Kazuma and Ichiban Kasuga pairing. Big fan of. Anyway, I was purchasing it with legal tender. obviously, and I there's something in the story I didn't tell you because it would be an immediate giveaway if it wasn't already as obvious enough.
Mm-hmm.
The person who recognized me, I forget his name, I'm so sorry, who recognized me was cosplaying as Ichiban Kasuga as he appears in Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. And I said, "Oh, what's up, Ichi?" And he was like, "Oh, haha, hey." And then later I get a ping on Twitter like, "Oh shit, Wes, was that you? Oh my god, no way. Were you buying this, that, and whatever?" And I was like, yeah. I got a picture. Really, really nice guy.
I have to say that is about the most respectable yaoi thing you could possibly be buying. In fairness, like that's a solid pairing.
Okay, Segi's tell is it an anime story? Now I know Wes's tell is it a Yakuza sub story?
Lee literally said you were part of a sub story.
And like it was, and not just because Ichiban was there, or because it was about. And not just because it was about the Yakuza IP. I mean, like the entire situation that happened, regardless of the IP itself, is a Yakuza side quest.
That wasn't a cosplayer. That was Ichiban Kasuga.
It was him.
Ichiban, he's real.
Dude, you fucking biffed it in front of Ichiban.
I would.
Okay, I have two more questions.
What's up?
One, is this why they killed you? because you died around. Planned. They killed you, right? Okay.
No, that was planned.
I watched it on stream. You got killed. And then the other question was, I really, really need to know this one. What are they calling the Kiryu Ichiban ship? Is it like Kiryuban or what? Like, what are they going for there?
Ichikiryu. I think it's Ichikiryu.
Ichikiryu. Okay, all right, sweet. Thank you. I wanted to know that.
This has nothing to do with anything. What are your guys' takes on ship names versus like with the two main camps of ship names, which are stuff like Ichikiryu, where it's just like the very basic, very easy to read at a glance two character name portmanteaued versus like a funny little like this is their secret extra name. Like it'll be something. I wish I had a better example, but like the characters with yellow and black as their color scheme and Ruby being Bumblebee, like where they get their own little separate name. Which one do you guys prefer?
Okay, this depends. I want to say like the portmanteau, but only if it's cute and like and feels like fun and bouncy to like say. If it's just the name, then the name. Like it needs to be like two halves of the names combined in a way that feels really fun. Otherwise, I'm pro dumb bullshit like nickname.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like both.
Similar.
Same.
Okay.
I'm leaning towards the first, but I like both.
Cool. All right, well, let's do the next question. Who turned a camp activity into a horror movie and made 5 children cry?
Oh
Tasch
my
Draws.
god.
Oh, wow, that is
Tasch. It has to be.
Shit.
There's no way.
All right, so Tasch, here's my hint to you. Don't say shit after you've been accused.
You are now giving lawyerly advice to the contestants.
No, I'm saying shit because I just remembered. I think I told them this story. I didn't remember.
All right, so
I don't remember you telling me this
so
story.
Before they guess, you don't say things like shit or I remember telling them this story.
Look, Justice already gave himself away. I get one, okay?
Come on.
All right, well, who do you guys think it was? Let's lock our guesses.
Gosh, even without the blatant.
I want to go with
nuts.
Lock that in, Jello. He said Segi.
All right.
Wait, he hates kids. It has to be him.
Joke's on you guys. I'm just a really good actor, and it's actually Jello. So
I would
swear
pick
to
up
God,
on that. That would be really good.
I did not remember you telling this story. I heard 5 children cried and said Tasch had to be there.
As I was reading this, I'm gonna be honest. I was like, I should have neutralized this to someone crying because Tasch put so much mustard on all of her suggestions. They were all so funny, and I was like, I can only use like 2 or 3 of these, and that kind of sucks. And I even asked you, I was like, here's my favorites, and the one that I saw you sent me like one that was like fairly crass, and then right underneath it was my favorite, and I was like, I love this, and you were like, yeah, the crass one's pretty good, and I was like, no, I was looking at who gave Markiplier a Pop-Tart because I think that's really funny, and you were like, don't do that. Wait, I think I've told that story before.
I couldn't do that because Justice was literally there. And the reason why is because the rest of the story is I gave him a Pop-Tart, and then Seigi walked up.
He was tuning his
offered
guitar.
to tune his guitar.
He was doing it for like 5 minutes,
the
and I was
anime
like,
protagonist he is.
I've been playing guitar since I was like 8.
It's perfect pitch, bro. That's not normal.
My dad's a music producer. I have perfect pitch. Shut up.
My sister has perfect pitch.
It's very fun.
Anime protagonist. Anyway, yeah, he tuned Markiplier's guitar, handed it back to him, and then walked away. That was our entire interaction with the man. It was very funny.
Well, I didn't want to disturb him.
So how did you
Anyway.
make children cry?
Yeah. I'm glad there was a
okay.
pastry story, but you are not getting out of explaining all the kids you
Alright.
made cry.
100
So-
children.
Listen. So I grew up Mormon, and if there's one thing you need to know about growing up Mormon, it's that going to camp sucks. Especially as a girl, they don't do anything fun. They would have, all these crazy cool like ropes courses and all this other shit for all like the Boy Scouts, and we did literally nothing. We would go to the same camp every year. Our cabins, in heavy quotes, were just shipping containers with like cot things attached to the side. It was cold as fuck in there. Anyway, it was it was so boring, and we were like doing stupid crafts and shit. Like, we were just out there in the woods, and they're like, let's talk about sewing and your duty to become a good mother someday. Like, it's unbearable. It's so stupid. And I, with my undiagnosed ADHD and extremely creative proclivities or whatever, I was one of the oldest kids. It was one of the last years I went. And a well-known, at least regional, I don't know how popular this is actually in other just youth camp stuff, but there's a thing called snipe hunting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the snipe hunting, and oh yeah, because my mom's like, it's because I wasn't in charge that year. Yeah, my mom was in charge one year and we actually had fun, but all the rest were fucking awful. But anyway, snipe hunting, snipes are
They're teaching kids COD trick shots?
Yeah.
Only at Mormon camps. It's like mostly boring, but then
Dude!
Super soldier.
on the last day, they're like, who sewed worst? Get them.
So
it turns out there is a creature that actually exists called a snipe, but it only exists in the UK. It's some sort of weird little bird. In the US, when people talk about snipe hunting at youth camps and stuff, it doesn't actually exist. The whole point is that you're trying to trick the youngest members, like the new youth people. They're all like 12, like 11, 12-year-olds are the youngest. And you're trying to trick them into being like, oh yeah, we're gonna go snipe hunting. It's like the most like tame hazing.
It's a literal wild goose chase.
Like and when I did it, it was the lamest thing ever. When I was like 12 and they did it to me, like someone literally had a Twinkie in their hand, and we walked out into like an empty field of grass. They're like, oh look, I caught one here, pet it, and I'm just like, that's a Twinkie. Shut the fuck up. And like, anyway. So, like, usually it was very low stakes, nothing fun, like anything. You're just kind of trying to trick the little kids into thinking that there's these little snipes and you're going to catch them and whatever, these little, like, rodent rat things. And everyone, I think, that runs it would have, like, slightly different flavor details, like, oh, their eyes can glow red in the dark and blah, blah, blah. And it's like a fucking laser pointer or whatever, Like, it's just, that's it. That's literally all it is, okay? I can't be chill about this shit, so I prepared. I had a remote control tarantula that it wasn't
Oh
like,
my
functional,
fucking
but when you turned it
God.
on, it had little red eyes. And even though it had
Can
like
you-
8 of them, listen, okay.
I'm gonna love this.
You are so villain coded.
Can I throw this out
You
there?
are like you are telling a completely normal story, and then you're like, and then my giant mechanized tarantula.
So can I throw this out there, Tash? This is our second time ever speaking, I believe. Did you said you were? Did you say you were gay earlier? Did I catch that
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. So I just want to throw out there: had I been a contestant and had I heard who turned this into a horror movie and made 5 children cry, I also would go, Tosh, because this is the most lesbian coded thing I've ever heard in my life. And the fact that you're like, anyway, so how I did it is I got a fake tarantula. I'm like, yeah, like hitting all the classic, like, this is just stuff lesbians do.
There were signs. There were
No,
signs.
Never doubted it.
People are saying my tell as if the story sounds like a villain story. God. Anyway, yes. So to finish, we had this whole thing. Okay, I had this non-functional RC tarantula, but it still turned on. Its eyes still lit up, and even though there was like 8 eyes on it, when I just used it because the tarantula legs could like hook into the branches of the tree, so I could tuck it in up there. And from a distance, you can't tell that it's multiple eyes. You just see some little red glow. So we had a nice, fun little thing like, oh, look, there's one over there. See, you can see. Okay, well, it's not accessible and it's like too far from the road. So like, we'll circle back later. We'll see if maybe it'll get closer, and we can like get close enough to take a look. And like the whole thing is like you're not supposed to shine your flashlights on them because it would scare them away. So no one could see that it was just a fucking spider, like a fake spider in the tree. But anyway, and we had one person. There was staff involved. Okay, like there was multiple of the older kids. They all had different jobs. Like one person hung back and then would like move the spider to a different spot, and we'd like walk down the road, and we'd come back and like, oh look, it moved. Oh my god, and like all this, you know. And we did this other thing. I'm trying to remember. I honestly can't remember all the details, but there was like multiple facets of it. And at one point during that, we had 2 girls that volunteered to like sneak off and like, oh yeah, we're gonna run back, or we're just gonna go use the bathroom or something. They had like an excuse to like leave. And then while the rest of us are walking along, they hid off somewhere and then just like screamed at the top of their lungs. And then we're all like, oh my god, what was that? Do you think that was so and so? Oh shit, we gotta go make sure they're okay and like all that. So like we're going along.
Oh my
The first person to start crying was actually the two of the girls that went off to do the scream, and then they were like hiding behind a big pile of logs. They were actually the 2 older siblings of one of the youngest girls.
Oh my god!
And the poor thing was like crying because she was so worried about her older siblings. And I even actually pulled her aside at the very back of the group and explained to her, I'm like, no, I'm sorry, this is a bit. This is all bit. She didn't believe me. I literally spoiled it to her and she wouldn't believe me. And so like, yeah, we just ratcheted up the like atmospheric tension and oh my god, what's happening, whatever. And then we reached the logs and then they jump out and scare everybody. And then all of them were just crying and that was it.
My favorite part of this is that you did not make the snipe a tarantula, nor did you try to scare them with the fact it was a tarantula. The fact that you were creative enough to see a mechanized tarantula for its individual parts of moving legs, and you were like, I can use this as a mechanation. And the eyes glow.
Your evil genius tarantula machination story wasn't villainous enough. You also had to gaslight henchmen?
I didn't gaslight henchmen. I told them what to do and they're like, yeah.
You created an M. Night Shyamalan villain that day. Like, that kid is going to grow up to be, like, the bad guy from Glass. Like, you realize that, right?
Yeah.
My mom in the chat is like, I'm so proud of you.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Oh my
anyway.
god.
All right. Well,
yeah.
yeah,
Sorry,
let's.
I talked for way too long. Thanks, guys.
It's okay, you're good.
It's mostly neck and neck, except Wes. So we're doing
Yeah, that's a given. I'm kind of
She's
stupid.
1 point behind.
except Wes, who got distracted by the glowing eyes of a tarantula in a Yakuza sub story.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, I've been looking at Boy Love this whole time. What's going on?
what are we doing? I'll move on to the next thing. Okay,
We're live?
we are live. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Who leaked footage of an underground boxing match and got everyone involved in trouble?
What?
Okay, either you sterilize the language of this so hard and it's Gianni, or that's a Wes. That's a Wes.
Wow.
Or then
Okay.
again, we haven't had a
How
Jello
do we-
story yet. I don't know. Like, what's gonna break the fucking chain?
I will say it is big Jello move to tell you that there might be a fake in here and then not to have one, but it is true. I have not had one yet.
Okay. all right.
It's justice. That's my call. I hate to say, I feel like all I do is sit here and accuse justice.
No,
of
keep it
things.
going.
It's-
But I just this is again, maybe I know my friends too well, but I recall, actually I think I still fucking all right, this is a stretch. I think I still follow him on Twitch. I remember you were watching, or no, you were part of what was it? B-Boy NYC or something, a Twitch channel that does like underground like dance competitions. And I remember like I was watching the stream for a little bit, and it was just like in like a building in New York with like fucking 5 viewers on the Twitch channel. I just hung out there and watched this for a while. Some kind of like just underground dance hangout thing that they were doing there. And I'm like, now I'm thinking it's you because purely through you, I have witnessed underground things being filmed and broadcast. And so to me, boxing is not that much of a jump from dancing. So I just feel like somehow it was Seigi. That's all I got.
I mean, what I'm learning here is it sounds like Seigi passed me like some of the weaker crop of his stories, because you sound awesome.
Okay, so pause. Yes, I did. Because these fuckers just will tell they will know. No.
that's too
no.
well. Yeah.
But rebuttal
We have
on
been
that.
friends for like 7 years.
It's very true. But rebuttal on Gianni. I do underground dance stuff, but we are dancers. We don't need to fight. Also,
But
I
listen.
wouldn't get them in trouble, because how would my showing this off get them in trouble? They're dancers. They want to show off. They're
what-
asking me to
Yeah.
film them.
No, this is too
I-
tame. It's got to be Wes.
This one feels a little bit Wessier.
Before we move to obviously accuse Wes
I left that life
again,
behind.
Ken-
I left that life behind.
can I ask what constitutes an underground dancing ring? Is it for the
It's not even
aesthetic?
that much.
Usually
It's
below
more
sea
the
level,
aesthetic
right?
than anything else. It's not
Okay,
even really
it's the
that
aesthetic, yeah.
underground. Because it's more so underground because it's not like sanctioned by this thing to
Yeah,
be like a whole
gotcha.
competition. It's like
I assume
oh,
underground is just, nobody really knows about it, and it's just
Yeah,
kind of
that's more
That's
so
cool.
it.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, everyone's like, Gianni, boxing is so different from dance. Boxing is not different.
No,
from
it is
dancing.
not
Boxing
different.
boxing is just like another subgenre of dancing, and like learning
I'll be
boxing, and
real
doing
with you,
boxing.
it
It
is.
is basically just dancing, and you're often doing it in like the same buildings that like
Yep.
dance classes are done. Like
Yep.
so, to me, it's totally believable that I don't know, Justice left the fucking camera running after the dance competition, and it filmed the
Yeah.
boxing league, and that's how he got in trouble.
Guys, we're good.
There's just people going, Justice, the stream, you didn't end the stream, they're hitting each other.
No, dude is bloodied and battered. Just like, is that a GoPro? And
The
then
random
slow
Twitch
turn.
viewer that was late for the dancing competition and shows up and just these guys knocking each other the fuck out.
I will say, I was only given the prompts, I don't know the story. I really do hope that is the story.
Yeah.
Okay. Not to read y'all too hard, but I feel like again, it's too tame to be Gianni. And I don't think it's justice. And just for some reason the wording of got everyone in trouble feels very Wes.
That's fair.
I mean,
Alright, that's fair,
hey,
yeah.
real quick to defend Wes, would a kooky teen get everyone in trouble?
You know,
No.
that does not defend Wes at all because
this isn't. I'm confident it's not me, but I will say that I do that. I'll be like, "Hey guys, I'm in the hospital. My jaw unset itself, and I won't be able to eat food for 9 months. SpaghettiOs."
Yeah. Earlier someone in chat said, I love Wes trying to make it sound like a heralding tale and a confession to a police officer at the same time. I feel like that does just kind of encapsulate Wes's storytelling style.
My tell that it okay. This is probably wrong. I probably shouldn't feel this way, but I thought my tell was that it wasn't Wes. Was that as soon as Jello said the headline, Wes started cracking up. If it was Wes, we got a real sick fuck on our hands because she just laughed at.
All right, we deliberated on this one a good amount. Let's get our. You have some more?
No, sorry.
All right, let's get our guesses in. Gianni, who do you think it was?
I think it was Justice.
Okay, Tosh.
Wes.
Wes.
You sound so disgusting with it. Like you sound like the fucking like principal's office, like lowering the folder to look down at this troublemaker back in here again. Wes.
Wes, who do you think?
I think you guys have a really poor understanding of just how boring my life is. I'm gonna say it's Gianni.
Seiji?
Toss up between Gianni and you, actually.
There wasn't enough sex for it to be me. Okay. Earlier when
fighting
Jello
if
was
not
like
lovemaking?
Jello was like, "Oh yeah, I had to like run these really awesome stories by Tosh and like weed some of them out and cut them down because they were like too amusing or something." Jello had to send multiple of mine back to me and said, "These are all sex."
Look, I didn't want to oversaturate it, so I said pick your favorite sex story.
And I'm assuming you've heard it. Oh, hopefully.
I'm not saying it. Yeah, I mean, I just all I want to say is actually. Jello sent multiple of mine back to me and said, "These are all sex. Let's just pick like one sex." And didn't even include in the go backs the one where I said lost virginity to Gears of War. Just glanced right over that. Anyway,
hey, his name's Marcus. Come on, man.
I'm so sorry. That would have also been very obvious that it was you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah. Anyway. That was my thinking, to be honest. Wes and Seiji, who do you guys think?
I think Gianni. I'm gonna say Gianni.
I'm going with Wes.
All right. Will the person who leaked footage of an underground boxing match and got everyone involved in trouble please speak up? So, okay, I guess I get 3 points for this one.
Oh my God. God damn it.
I thought I'd have to defend myself a little harder, but I'm mostly proud that chat didn't immediately jump on me for this, because
wow,
some people did get it, but yeah, this sounds this is like a way lamer story than I made it sound, but it is true. This did happen.
Okay.
So, and someone at one point was like, the principal looking at a permanent record. That's pretty dead on for this story, actually.
Hell yeah.
So I did not have a good time in elementary or middle school. I was very near the bottom rung of the social ladder. I was like second from bottom, and the guy one rung below me, his name was Jacob, and poor dude was the punching bag of the entire like school, and the guy one rung above me, his name was Peter, and those two, I was friends with both of them. Those two fucking hated each other, and they couldn't stand hanging out. They couldn't stand anytime everyone was together. They just fucking hated each other, and like poor Jake had a lot to prove, and he came from like a very machismo family. Like his family worked on like what do you call cars with like big mufflers and shit sticking out, like power cars and
muscle
shit?
Cars.
Muscle cars. That's it. Thank you. Yeah, they all worked on muscle cars. They were like very Italian. So he had like a lot of pride to defend, and like that makes it worse when you're in school. Like if you like try and defend yourself. So he was like. And his older brother was like fucking scary. You ever have like a childhood friend with like a scary ass older sibling? He had a scary older brother who did boxing and shit. So Jake was like, I learned some boxing from my brother. Let's have a boxing match. And I was not there, But everyone else I knew was at this boxing match at someone's house, and these kids on camera kicked the shit out of each other. And I was the only one who knew how to do any kind of video editing, even back then. So they gave it to me, and they were like, Jello, can you take this and just put it on YouTube so everyone can see it? And I was like, I need a win in 8th grade, so yeah, I'll be that guy. And we did that. And by coincidence, this is like back in the day where it was like not easy to get online in the middle of school. Smartphones, not a thing yet. But I did go to like a upper crusty kind of like, I was like the poorest kid there, but we went to like an upper crusty white fucker school, and they were just starting to like try out lending us laptops.
Wait,
and shit.
no, I'm sorry. I'm not familiar with Chicago culture. What the fuck is an upper crusty white fucker school?
You know, like it's full of white kids who suck, and they all come from money except me, pretty much.
Okay, all right. I was continuing.
Yeah. So the point of that is that so the stars aligned this one day in social studies where we had a substitute, and they were lending out laptops, and they had not blocked YouTube. So it got out that this video was up on a channel that I owned. It's not Jello Apocalypse. It doesn't exist anymore. And it got around, and one by one, every single kid in 8th grade watched this video to the degree that the staff noticed, and it was a video with people's faces on it. So one by one, over the PA, they called in every single kid who was at this boxing match to suspend them. And then, this was not my screen name, but they went, and whoever Jello Apocalypse is, please come down to the principal's office. And I went, I'm not gonna do that. So I was the only person who did not get in trouble for this. Everybody else got suspended.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Whoa.
So that's points to nobody.
Yeah.
Anyway, in perhaps a sequel to that story, whose front teeth were curb stomped loose in a Heelys related incident?
What the? I'm gonna say Tasch. Right
First of all, regarding the last story, I just wanted to say, nice cover, Jello. I still think it was Segi. But now on to this story.
I will. Me too. Lee already said, Lee beat me to it in chat. You could have just said you're from Illinois, and I would have understood.
Mm-hmm. I'm from Illinois.
I'm in there right now. Kind of.
Kind of. Just straddling the line between Indiana and Illinois.
Genuinely, yeah. Not Indiana, but still.
So.
Oh fuck.
If I know who did this, but I don't want to just immediately blow their fucking cover.
That's a really good.
I'll just be quiet.
That's a really good deflect for your story, Tosh.
Okay, so it was
about
Segi
or Tosh.
It was about losing teeth in a curb stomp, and it wasn't about me losing my virginity to Gears of War. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
The prompt. Okay.
I'm gonna say Segi or Tosh. Because I feel like
Well, you gotta pick one.
Yeah, who are you leaning towards, and why? What do you imagine the Heelys related incident was?
with Segi, I just know he was a really active kid, and he's told me stories of like, oh, one time I seemingly irreversibly injured myself, but I was all right afterwards. Remember that time you broke your
anime
butt?
Character, yeah.
That shit was hilarious.
Remember that time you broke your butt?
But with Tosh, it's like, I don't know, like, even though we're not in like similar regions, like we both grew up in like kind of like, I can only imagine like kind of woodsy-ish areas, and I fucking run around, get my ass kicked, fall on trees, fall off trees.
Yeah, that's where I was.
I'm gonna say Segi. I'm gonna say Segi.
I don't. Yeah, like the idea of like, I don't know, Heelys, rough and tumble shenanigans sounds, sort of Tosh-esque. But it does have a suspicious lack of innocent victims in multitudes, particularly younger age. So I feel like it has to be Segi.
I would love it if this were Tosh's story, and the phrasing of whose front teeth were curb stomped loose, and then I'm like, it's Tosh, and Tosh goes, they weren't my teeth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was merely gaslighting an infant and throwing him around like a pigskin.
So I had a baby wrapped around my head as a helmet while I was using my new Heelys, and I put that thing through the ringer, let me tell you.
You know that part from Young as a 6 where they're throwing the kid? It was like that, but with 20 of us.
I
all
like
got our
that
teeth busted up.
Chad is basically accusing me of the opposite of what Wes just accused of Seigi of, where it's just like, well, he would like fall off a 4-story building and like bounce and be completely fine and be like, that should have killed me, and I took 1 damage. And then for me, I would like get a like pebble in my shoe and be like, I've lost my leg.
Oh man.
All right. Well, if there's no more accusations.
I am going to DM you the answer, Jello, because I still want my point, but I'm not going to say it out loud to spoil.
Yeah, we can just do you last if you want. If you don't.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Okay. Seigi, who do you think it was?
I'm thinking it's Tosh.
Okay. Tosh, why did you just DM me your own name? Wes, who do you think it is?
Wait, I knew about the Yowie thing earlier. Can I get a point for that? No, I'm gonna queue it. I'm gonna say Seigi. I'm gonna say Seigi.
Okay.
Probably wrong, but I feel alright with that.
All right, Gianni.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Segi.
Okay, and Tosh, who do you think?
Segi.
Okay, well, all right.
Wow.
Will the Seigi whose story this is please explain yourself?
So hi, as a youth,
Let's go.
as a
I'm
youth,
sorry,
I lived in a no. I've
listened
told
to
this
him
one.
tell this story like 4 times, so
This
I
is
Okay,
fun.
I had a really unfair tell that I should have elaborated on, and wasn't sure when the right time was. And it was Tosh going, I can blow somebody out right now, and I knew it wasn't me, so I knew it had to be Segi.
Yeah, I mean, if it was you, she would have just immediately accused you.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But like, yeah, I was a youth, young boy, had Heelys one time. I loved these Heelys. I had forced my mother to buy me these Heelys because I was like, hey, Mom, I like Heelys and they're cool, and I like running around and then sometimes going like wee on the Heelys because like that's nice. Anybody who's had Heelys, you know the feeling. It's enjoyable. I've been ruined though because what happened was, all right, prerequisite to this story, I need everybody to understand. I was a Sonic kid. Sonic Adventure 2.
we know we know you, Danny.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Sonic Adventure 2 at the end, Sonic and Shadow do a funny little thing going down a hallway where they're talking and they're yapping back and forth at each other. And Shadow, once he starts running a little bit more, he starts using his fucking skates. You see where I'm going with this. So, I'm outside with my besto friendo, all right? We're
Shadow the Hedgehog.
No, I'm Shadow. Let's
Okay.
get it real.
Fuck yes.
So I'm outside. We're out running around doing stuff in the neighborhood. Just like, it's kind of getting later and we're just doing stuff. Now, I'm not rich. I'm not even going to be like that. But the people inside the inner part of the neighborhood were, all right? So we liked to go into the deeper part of the gated neighborhood that had like a gate that we didn't know the code for because we were not rich, and mess with all the coming up homes, the ones that were being built.
No, I did that too.
Everyone did.
Yeah.
So that gate got opened by a car that had just whipped past us, put the code in, and it was about to close. And we both looked at each other in our, I hate you, Tosh, in our anime ways. We looked at each other and we're like, yeah, we're doing this. So we started our run. We started our jog. I have Heelys on. I'm like, why am I not doing this? Wait a minute. And I start doing my Shadow the Hedgehog kind of like slide run. It's working. It's honestly, I'm not gonna lie, could have been more dangerous than this. Way more dangerous. I had it. I was doing it well. We get to the bottom of a hill basically. And I'm still ice skating basically. And before this curb hits, it's like a cul-de-sac-esque curb before you get into this gated area. And y'all, you know how cars are when they hit the ground and the asphalt, they break up the street. Little pebbles start showing up. Little pebbles, little asphalt pebbles.
No.
One tiny little boy in the wheel well of my right shoe. And a 5'11" boy makes a full fulcrum from his heel to his face onto the pavement,
Oh, dude.
crushing out my front 2 teeth.
The last thing you heard before blacking out was the
I was
fucking.
14.
You know what I say? You know what I can? You know what I can say? I die hard.
I die hard.
I just keep imagining like just the quote subtle foreshadowing meme, just like sudden like one frame cuts of the curb and cutting back to you going like, haha, yay, I'm Shadow.
You never
skating
cease
along
to
and just
surprise me, Blue Hedgehog.
a hard cut back to the pebble.
Pebble
I'm
with
just-
a smiley face.
I'm just imagining like edited cutscenes of SA2 where Shadow has like 2 gap teeth in the middle. And it's just like that blue hedgehog again of all places.
Dog of all places.
Faker.
Faker. I see you as a fake hedgehog here. I actually did get a lisp after that.
Oh, that fucking
like-
sucks out. That
Immediately went from like, oh, I'm able to speak completely fine. I was in plays and stuff, and then went, hey guys, I don't know what's going on.
Okay, 14. I don't remember how the human body works because I'm not one. Those are teeth that you
those were
to
perma.
lose any.
Oh.
Okay.
Those
How do you
were
have
perma
teeth?
teeth.
Do you have teeth right now?
I
Wait.
paid money.
Oh,
Paid
okay.
money. My front right tooth is a full cap, and my front left tooth was fused with the bottom left.
Oh, that's
half of it.
awesome.
Your
That's sick.
your
A couple
parents
of those. It makes me feel better.
your parents spending that money being like, we were just gonna tell him we just raised enough money to move into that little place beyond the gate, but now we have to spend it on teeth.
I thought you were gonna say, yeah, we were about to move to the space colony Ark. But now we have to. We have to.
If I can commiserate a little with the like tall kid falling thing for stupid reasons like that. I remember one time I mentioned my circle and how I was fifth from bottom kid. I remember the rankings intimately, and I lived on the same street. So when we were dropped off from the bus at home, I remember one day both of us like as a joke started to Naruto run, and there was a hill, and I don't know if you guys have this experience or remember high school. Books are fucking way too big and heavy for textbooks, and to the degree that like my dad would pick up my backpack and go, "What the fuck do you have in here?" And I was like 4 textbooks. And I am large, so I would just carry my basically my whole. I never went to my locker. I hated going. It was a waste of time. It was inefficient to go to my locker. So I'm running home with a whole locker on my back, and we're Naruto running down a hill, and I start to tip past the point where I'm like, I'm gonna fall, and I just went, but it'll be funny if I don't stop. My friend will laugh, and I just penguin skidded down the asphalt for a couple feet.
All right, well, that was a really long title of the story, but I'm going to have to guess that was a Jello story. That's
That
my
was
guess.
mine. All right.
That's beautiful. Holy.
Yeah. All right. The next story. Who helped dozens of people get married in a zoo?
Aw,
In a zoo.
that's a nice one.
Dozens.
I thought we should have a nice one in there.
Like all at once.
I don't know. We
I
don't
don't
get any verification, so this is
Like
what
it's-
we get.
Chad is instantly group accusing me. I will say I did work at a zoo for 2 years.
I can't.
Ooh.
Can
Suspicious.
Well, I technically did too, so I can't put that one on you.
Like,
It's
I feel
everyone
like-
who becomes a voice actor worked at a zoo. It's just a
So
rule.
true.
Wait, okay, I missed the memo because I didn't, and I'm really mad about that actually because I would have loved to work at a fucking
Okay,
zoo.
so
That
Tosh
means
is
we're not-
the odd one out.
That
'Cause
means
I
we're
was
not
just-
making it. We gotta
I
become
was just-
carpenters or something.
I was just thinking, like, that seems like a rough and tumble, like, sort of weird, I don't know, off the beaten path Tosh kind of story. But it would have been like I drowned a dozen couples at the zoo or something.
I was gonna say, you think helping people get married is a rough and tumble kind of story?
Like, I don't know, it involves a zoo. It's like,
at the
kind of
zoo,
like,
I don't know.
a little, like I said, like
Do
a
you
little
think
off
they
the
were
beaten
marrying
path.
the animals?
like a community kind of thing.
Bobo
I
and
know
Linda
what you
need to
mean.
get together.
Well, then it would be a Gianni story.
Yeah.
I feel like it might have been a Jello thing. I haven't guessed Jello yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and lock in a Jello probably because this one seems nice, but it kind of does.
And he did say he worked at a zoo, so
I did work
I
at
don't
a zoo. I worked
wanna-
2 summers at a zoo part-time. And I will also say,
fuck.
I may or may not have been involved in some weddings at that zoo.
Okay, so like, what did you do at the zoo? I'm not like asking.
I worked
for clarification on that, I just want to know.
I worked the carousel, and we did
Okay.
we did tours. I was the tour guide at the zoo, and
Oh,
sometimes, especially because I worked summers between college years, we would chaperone wedding parties to different parts of the zoo.
I
This suspension bridge effect. The couples were all brought together because Tosh was hunting them for sport. Okay. Y'all have a really interesting.
Was that you at my
interpretation.
zoo?
I appreciate
We
it.
were terrified of you.
When I was helping those people get married, I mean, we would know.
I knew snipe hunting wasn't just about birds. I love that above that it says this is Gianni because he had to rework his stories to be less sexual, and this feels like a plan B. Yeah, the original was like had orgy in the rhino pen.
Yeah, there were a bunch of people fucking at the zoo, and then like the Pope walks by, and it's like, guys, we need this to be consummated real quick.
we can't have this like.
we need to leave room for Jesus as well as the rhino.
Jesus is the name of the rhino, actually.
There were not this many rhinos when I last came here.
Anyway, my guess is Gianni because he also worked at a zoo. Sorry, bro. I can't keep outing
Wait,
everybody.
legit?
I
Did
know
everyone
everyone's-
here work at a fucking zoo?
Didn't work at a zoo. My wife does. I don't know.
Oh, okay, all
I think
right.
they're the only ones that did not.
I've only learned that I can't trust anybody here because
You
I
are
feel
untrusted.
Okay. I don't know why I'm defensive about this. I know it isn't me.
it was Wes.
I don't have the time to. I don't have the time on this earth to have a fulfilling enough position at a zoo where they would trust me to wed people, and 2, be able to wed people.
What if I
I went
drew
through
a
a semester of college.
priest
I mean-
collar on your guy right now? Then would you be able to wed people if I anoint?
Hey, look, we have to be real careful about anything involving priests. I think my girlfriend is still watching, and she has a thing about those. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're bad as
on
hell,
Faith
right?
run.
All right, let's get our guesses in. Gianni, who do you think it was?
But I think it was a Jello story.
You think it was me? Okay, Tosh.
I think it was Gianni.
Wes?
Fuck. Yeah, I'll go Gianni. Why not? Fuck it.
Okay. Seiji.
Bandwagon. Gianni.
All right. Will the zoo marrier please reveal themselves?
Okay, so the Pope was there.
Let's go. Let's go.
2 for baby. 2 for
Got a
Southern.
love for bandwagons.
This all right. This is what I was talking about. Where I'm glad you went with this one because I don't know.
I was hoping I could it seems wholesome, so I thought I could maybe throw people off, but I didn't realize every one of us worked at a fucking
There were holes. Well, actually, you know what?
There
Yeah,
were
no,
holes. TM.
I guess it does. I didn't know that you also worked at a zoo.
I did work at a zoo.
What did Segi do at a zoo?
I was both. So I initially went like there as part of performance stuff because like my parents and I do like African drum and dance, and it was like years that we would like go to the zoo and perform at the zoo in front of the like African thing like during certain months and blah blah blah, and that would be good. And then I started coming in and after I applied and became one of their mascot guys in the middle of the hot Memphis humid summers. I hated my life.
Yeah,
but I got to
so-
do breakdance moves in an elephant costume. Yay!
I didn't.
That's kind of sick.
I didn't know you were from Memphis, but that actually makes so much sense with all the other little tidbits I've heard about you today. Okay.
Oh my god, wait, that was foreshadowing for you voicing that one elephant guy.
Yeah.
This will be there too.
So,
Now on sale.
so Gianni, you just managed to get a story out of Seigi somehow. But what did you do?
Well, I'm genuine. It's so funny that all voice actors apparently had to do time in a zoo. But yeah, I did. I worked at a zoo for like a decade.
Oh wow!
And as soon as I could get a job, I went and applied around, and I got hired into the zoo at 16. As a housekeeper, and I did janitorial work around the zoo, cleaning up after the worst animal, the people. And I did that for I think like a year or something like that. And then I ended up getting recruited into the events team. Which when I say team, it's really 3 people. It was like the manager, and then like often some kind of like assistant manager, and then me, who did all of the physical stuff, took care of the facility, cleaned up everything, put out all the tables, bar back during the events, and helped like just like put out whatever fires came up during the party, Heimlich the bride, whatever the hell comes up. And we did a lot of private events for all kinds of stuff, including lots and lots of weddings of people getting married out there. And it was a pretty interesting job. It was definitely it wasn't a smart job because the schedule was kind of insane. It was like sort of feast or famine. And so during the off seasons, I would also work on a zipline course that was there.
Zipline.
Yo.
I feel like you're
but
all here
yeah,
for the
no, I
zipline.
did all kinds of various weddings, and it was a pretty fun time.
Alright.
I can't believe how many of us are fucking doing.
Yeah,
this
this is
bullshit.
and I know I can't remember who it is. I know one other voice actor who also worked
Was
at
in
a
the
zoo
zoo
and
mines.
then became a voice actor. So I think it legit is kind of a common career path.
How
So-
did you get into voice acting?
That was another detail about this that I probably should mention while I'm on this story, which is home life wasn't like amazing, and so in a lot of ways, the way I look at myself is I was raised by wild lesbians. Because
Is that why
like,
Tash is your
I-
best friend because of the camaraderie? there?
because I swear to you, all of my coworkers, like the managers, everything at that zoo, was lesbians, and honestly, like helped me like grow up a lot and like learn a lot of things at that job that often was kind of shit. And so that was a very formative experience for me as well, while we were getting people hitched.
That's nice. Well, since
That's so
since you
fun.
did some janitorial work your first year, maybe you'll know the answer to this next prompt. Who shit themselves in line for the water slide?
Gianni.
Okay.
Gianni, immediately.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I'm guessing Wes. I think Wes was a little too quick on the jump for that one.
There's no way. 'Cause the fucking the
Veg
wedding
isn't
shit
here,
immediately followed by I know this bit. You do the 1-2 punch of comedy.
Can I?
See,
Not that I would know.
if Veg was here, it'd be really easy to guess. Like,
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like,
Can I
like do
just-
the heartwarming story and then immediately like, oh yeah, also you shit yourself.
Can I throw my own defense here? Chad is immediately picking me for this. Fuck you. First of all,
Your defense is fuck you.
what's the defense of like I'm not a shitter. I didn't poo. Like, I don't know.
I'm not a shitter. I'm not a shitter.
My boss would never shit himself. So.
It was a water stain. I didn't.
Oh my god.
I am not a poopy pants shit boy.
I will say you're
Bold words from
On-
the shits aggressively guy.
yeah. On one hand, shits aggressively is your pinned thing on Blue Sky, but on the other, I will say having streamed a game with you, which I assume everyone else has done here way more than I have, but having streamed one thing with you, you're really more in the P zone is your thing.
Well, I'm always looking to branch out. Listen, first of all,
You're in line, you lock eyes with the lifeguard and shit yourself. He's like, what the hell? And you're like, I want to branch out.
trying new things.
Try something new.
Listen, shitting aggressively is different. That's intentional. You're doing that out and loud and proud. All right.
It
a
doesn't
whole
say it
different
was an accident. I will put that out.
Okay, well,
This could
hey,
have been
you
a
need to let me go on the slide now.
this
It was
You don't let
practice
me
for
on.
I
his
will shit
fucking.
myself.
this
It was
could have been
practice for his fallen aces.
this could have been premeditated. This could have been poo meditated. This could have been on purpose.
Hey, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Hey,
You gotta go. Sometimes you gotta make it happen.
I appreciate
Hey.
people finding weird reasons to like accuse every single person. Someone said that it was an anime thing, and so thus it was Seigi.
How is that an anime?
I know.
What?
So, someone else said
Anime
it's
is
Tosh
also-
as an intimidation tactic, and I'm like, that's yeah to intimidate someone. Watch me shit myself.
Anime is also on the piss train. Like if there's ever a
is.
weird body function, it's just someone like peeing, and you're like, why did they add that? I like.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but maybe that clears Seigi, but who knows?
Zay has been suspiciously quiet about the shitting himself at the water slide.
It does sound like something that he would have dug up from his long distant past to throw us off because we know all of his more current, recent, contemporary
Honestly,
stories.
I'm trying to think of that one. 'Cause, like, no. I would give myself up. I'm too good. I'm too bad at that shit.
Okay, I will give to my own defense. Once again invoking the. Do you even think? Do you know how many times I've shit myself? This wouldn't even register to me. This is nothing. How many breads have you eaten? How many water slides have I shit on?
It does feel like something that would be a little too commonplace in Florida to register at all.
it's just like,
There
oh,
we call it Thursday.
I mean, you
Go on the
listen,
shit
in
express.
Florida at the water park, they don't have any water because it costs money, so you have to shit yourself so you slide correctly, otherwise it hurts.
God's least favorite lube.
God. Lordy,
Can we not
I
think
think-
about that?
All right, yeah, let's
I
cast
think
our
about
votes.
it a lot. I'm trying to branch out. I think it was Wes.
Can we take oh my god, can we take away this guy's marriage license?
Say, who do you think pooped?
Who do you think, poop?
Who's the pooper?
The only one I can truly think of with, well, okay, my justification is Florida equals water place.
Okay,
water
all right. I
place
see what's gonna happen here.
equals Gianni. Like, yes, Gianni has to be Gianni. I'm sorry, I gotta give it to you. I have no other logic.
All right, Wes.
I already put my stake down. I'm saying Gianni.
All right, Gianni. The Tosh, do you also think it's Gianni? That seems to be the pattern you guys go with.
No, actually, I think it's Wes.
Okay, Gianni.
I shit myself. Oh no, wait, sorry. I think it's Wes.
All right, we got a Gianni couch and a West couch. Would the pooper please reveal themselves?
I just wanted to pit you guys against each other.
Yes.
The pooper.
I just wanted to pit you guys against each other.
I believed it. I should once again. I need to stop withholding this. The reason one of my biggest reasons for believing it was Wes has elaborated that her life like lacks particularly interesting stories. Like, okay, not that it's not interesting to shit yourself.
No, he's
but, like,
right.
I just imagine Wes being like, God, let me think. What happened to me? Well, I shit myself. So that was my evidence with Wes.
If I were Wes, I would take offense that right after that reveal, someone going, "That makes so much sense."
No, I no, he's right. Like,
Okay.
I've gone out on a limb to be like, I couldn't really go out much as a kid.
So the first
I'm
time you were
living-
outside your house, you were like, I gotta take this
Yeah,
opportunity
well,
to shit somewhere.
Yeah, you were given a chance, and you
I'm
shit
living.
it.
I'm living. I'm living my teens right now. What is it? Yeah, I mean, the story is pretty straightforward. I think I was like maybe 7 or 8.
Okay.
We were at Six Flags.
Mine were fully adult. Okay, never mind. I'll shut up.
We were waiting in line for it's one of those slides where it's like the small one, the medium, like the large one, like they all kind of like fold into each other or like kind of like sit next to each other. We were waiting for that, and for my thing, it's triggered by anxiousness. I've always been a really anxious person. I was just overwhelmed from being in a crowd, and my body's first response was to shit myself. And if I can compare it to anything, that one Andre 3000 like tour he did like in Europe where he has like the polo shirt and like his legs are kind of like bow-legged for like a little pose. I was doing that. I was doing that thing.
Pre or post
Your
shit.
West Pole.
Andre 3000's a pretty popular guy. I don't know. But yeah, that's it really.
Well, damn.
And again, to defend myself in chat, I have never beshatted myself in a public location. My curse was that I would always drop a liquid directly on my dick in school, and it would look. And as a kid, I was like, drop some applesauce. There's like a
Oh
little
my
pee
god,
spot.
you're the pee boy.
I was
You're
the
the
pee
pee
boy,
boy.
and
It
it's
was a
like
water
it looks
stain.
like I peed, and then later in life I was like, oh no, if you pee yourself, that doesn't look like that at all. It's like a very different pattern of wetness going down your leg. But as a little kid, I was like, oh my god, I'm already a loser, and now there's a pee mark on me. Why do you know that? Because
I think that's
been
like-
online.
That's a good excuse though, because if you're gonna look it anyway, you might as well go weapons free. And start filling those pants with, like, just take the opportunity, start pissing. I'm gonna tell you something right now, okay? My eyes have been opened, okay? Anybody who does not own a bidet is shitting their pants all the time. There, I said it. But if you're out there right now, you need a bidet, or you are a little poopy pants. My eyes have been opened. Only I am clean here. Ironically.
Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen Aloha support you. He's just yelling based in chat.
This is the first time I've seen Aloha support you. Is perhaps the saddest thing that will be said to me somehow this stream.
Jello, didn't you drop a hot pocket on your dick once? I forgot about that. Yeah, no, I'll tell that one as well.
Fucked that hot pocket, didn't you?
No, I
was
would not have a
cooking naked
penis
and I
anymore.
dropped the hot pocket
Yeah.
onto my penis.
When I lived in Texas, I had a house, and when you live alone, why the fuck would you wear clothes if you don't need to most days, especially before I shower? And I was like, I want a little hot pocket. But then you bite into a hot pocket, and sometimes it comes out the back, and the hot pocket shitted on me, and it landed straight on my dick, and it hurt so bad. It hurt.
my
Wait,
god.
okay. So you didn't drop the whole hot pocket. It squirted on
No,
you.
no, it gooed on me, which is like even
Oh,
worse.
the
It
hot
was-
pocket goo is like fucking molten heat.
It was molten
Are you
like-
okay?
It literally hit me and went, oh!
No wonder you were ready to donate 3 inches before you've already lost it.
There were sins.
It's a crater now. There's just like it's a caldera between my legs.
I love chat saying next bit, please.
I feel
right.
great. I somehow feel like the least embarrassed person right now.
Well, your
I
thing
really
happened when
shouldn't
you
have
were
shit
7.
myself.
Like,
Yeah, you were in a
Still.
Yeah, you're
I feel
totally
like-
fine.
any
Should have been
level
a tougher
of
kid. I don't
any
know.
level of single digit is like honestly like an acceptable one-off. Like, that's a shame that happened. You shit yourself, but you're like a baby still. Like it happens.
The
But
point
I was
is,
a
Wes, we still love you even though you're the shitter.
This is a genuine question. If we do have like free time, like if there is like a time slot for this, can we say the ones that Did it make the cut?
Yeah, if you
Oh
like.
my
We have
God,
I
that
have
would be so funny.
I will tell you, I have 4 left that I've selected because
Okay.
I honestly don't remember if I asked specifically for 2 or 3 hours, but yeah, I'm always good to keep going. But yeah, I
I think
have
if you really,
yeah.
if you like speedball them.
Yeah, sure.
I think we estimated 3 off the bat.
Okay, cool.
And I can go a little late today too. It's all good.
Yeah, we're only
Yeah, same.
approaching 2, so that's cool. Anyway,
Good.
let's do the next one. Who beat a boss in armored core while actively having sex?
Gosh, really.
Tosh.
Fucking
Tosh.
Gianni, clearly.
You know that's bullshit. You know I don't
Gosh.
play FromSoft
It's a
games.
sex thing, okay? Of
You
course it's
in
gonna be
your-
you.
You did
You
lose
know
your
what's a real
virginity
tell
to
for
Gears
you
of War.
is
You
that
lost your
when
virginity
you're on the
to Gears
back,
of War.
your most obvious tell is that anytime you're on the back foot, you point at me first.
I point at you first like every single time, dude.
Therefore, I'm still right technically.
I'm closing my eyes and pretending it's the big talk scene from Good Will Hunting.
It couldn't be Gianni because Gianni can't beat a boss in a game.
Also,
It does say beat a boss, so there is some skill required here.
I don't know. I don't know what's in it for me to defend myself when it wasn't me necessarily, but I only know that I'm interested in attacking Tosh directly. This was Tosh.
I'm saying Tosh.
Yeah, so Tash, you're getting a lot of rocks thrown at you. Do you have any defense here at all?
Is this why
already had
Lil?
my defense. Like, if you
Your
guys
defense
really
is
want
that
to
it's
fucking waste
Gianni.
your votes,
It's
yeah,
obviously
it's
Gianni.
sex thing.
Is that why Lilith got you on board? Did you like put that on your resume? And she was like, "Oh,
Yeah, that's-
sick! All right, let's go."
All I can think about is like Lilith brought you on to voice an Armored Core mod of voicing the hot fucking Armored Core orders MILF, whatever the hell her name is.
That was only because I did a fucking shit post about it, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, funny MILF voice," and then like, it went from there. That doesn't mean I was fucking actively having sex.
You are
while playing
speaking of the
game.
evidence so dismissively that we are meant to be guided by your persuasion.
will-
but
You
I'll-
think I'm
you.
good at that game?
I think it's Tosh, but I kind of hope it's Seigi after all this fighting.
I was gonna say, Seigi's also
Kicking
fucking
up his
animal as
legs.
hell. He hasn't said fucking anything this whole time. For the
Kicking
record.
up his
the
legs,
Fight happen over here. I'm way on his way.
got a-
giving you
got
a
a Mai Tai in his hand. And
a big grin with 2 missing teeth and Heelys kicked up on the couch.
Yeah. He's used to this from the grifters.
It's Jello somehow.
That is
I've never
true,
played
actually.
Armored Core.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Let's. I mean, Gianni, who do you think it is?
I can't. It was so obviously Tosh.
Tosh.
I mean, obviously it's fucking Gianni.
All right, Wes. All
I'm saying Tosh. I feel pretty confident.
right, Seigi.
Yeah, it's Tosh.
All right,
there you go.
all right. Who was fucking during some armored trucking?
All right, listen, I don't
Let's
know.
go.
Yeah,
Let's
fuck.
go.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Sick.
Like I said, I won't get into detail, just that sometimes the GF and I like to play FromSoft games and add an extra level of difficulty to it.
You know what?
That's
I'm
about it.
gonna co-op this story with you, and I mean co-op, not opt. I'm gonna co-op this story with you and say, due to reasons I won't get into too much in detail, I recently explained to my wife that she that you will never beat the puppy girl lesbians at beating Bloodborne bosses while having sex. And that is all I will say about this particular story that isn't even mine.
Live with that. Live with that.
My girlfriend's in chat, like, yeah, I was Tosh, I was there. Thanks, babe. Love you.
I was there. Someone, Flair, the lesbian friend of mine, was trying to
sorry.
defend you and was like, I don't know, I am a lesbian. A lot of lesbian sex requires hands, so. But clearly not this one.
Really thought it was going to say a lot of lesbian sex requires FromSoft.
A lot of lesbian.
Yeah.
That's the
I-
lesbian deer call as you start playing. Was it pre-nerf Balthia? Yeah, what boss was it?
That my girlfriend did chime in and add some important context. Yes, it was Balthius.
Let's go.
Which, for those who know, that is apparently a mark of achievement on its own.
It's a good,
and then
it's a good
also
boss.
did it mid-coitus, so...
I like mid-coitus is my favorite boss from a FromSoft game for what it's worth. I will say, this is definitely the first one that chat has overwhelmingly been like, whoever did this is fucking awesome.
Gianni's wife says, I'm finally interested in playing Armored Core.
Real as fuck. No,
right.
it wasn't me that won the lottery. No.
No, stop
Guys,
it.
stop.
Oh my god.
Sorry, yeah, it's...
Kicking ass at video games and fucking my girl? I thought we could have done that.
I didn't work with Scorsese. It's honest. Ugh.
Jello, I need to wrap this up by 5. I just got a message, and I'm going to borrow this 3 inches from you after all.
Okay. All right, let's go to this next one. Who unknowingly interacted with a predator on Flipnote Studio for the
What the
3DS?
Flipnote. I'm gonna.
Oh my god.
Who?
Tyler,
Okay, wait a
you were
minute.
Seigi.
This is bullshit. This is everyone. Oh, you okay? Everybody
not.
has
It
talked
was
to a
the
predator
3DS.
and didn't
No,
know.
just-
It was
Well,
not.
I said Flipnote.
me.
It's not. It
Fucking
could
love
be.
some Flipnote though.
If it were like who's unknowingly interacted with a predator over Discord or Twitter.com, that's everyone. But
Yeah.
Okay, wait, yeah, sorry. I was okay. I was thinking of the original DS like chat room things.
Wasn't that called
PictoChat.
Picto. You had to be
Yeah,
in the
PictoChat.
area for that one. That one's way more dangerous.
Well, I was in Florida, so of course everybody in the chat rooms was a predator. Oh my god. Let's focus on the actual story here, please.
Dude,
What the fuck?
fucking
This
love Flipnote
feels-
though. That's awesome. I mean, that's not awesome, but you know.
I don't know. I feel like... Honestly, I'm gonna say Jello on this one. Like...
I'm not gonna lie, this does sound like something that would have happened to me. My only defense is I did not use Flipnote Studio ever.
I'm
No,
gonna
I never owned it, so I never even played it.
Flipnote is like frame by frame shit, isn't it?
it's like-
I exclusively
Yeah,
do
sure.
tweens.
Mograph. I don't draw.
I'm gonna. Well, I don't draw either, but I was on that shit every day. That was my YouTube for like 3 years. I'm gonna
What were
flip a
you?
coin.
What were you doing on that shit if you weren't drawing? Were you
What were you
interacting with a predator?
I mean, I was like 9. So
Oh shit, Jesus
Maybe.
Christ. How
gonna
old?
say-
I really wish I hadn't submitted a story titled "Who was on Flipnote interacting with someone innocent right now?" Because
Who did crimes and was on Flipnote 3?
Seigi, heads or tails.
Tails. Sure.
All right, I'm gonna say it's you.
Miles per hour. Oh. I was making the miles per hour.
I thought you were Shadow.
I wanna fly.
Shut up.
Or sorry, you're right. I should say Shadow.
Shut up, I'm
Yeah, Fatto. Shut up, I'm Fatto.
You get a fucking A rank at the end of a mission. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Bam, 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 nah. I'm the coolest.
okay. I would have bet Tosh, but Tosh outright denied ever using Flipnote at all. And you know what? In her read of that possible lie, I kind of just completely believed her. So either Tosh successfully lied about ever
Possible lie.
using Flipnote, or I think I might think it's Wes. Just purely on the tell that Wes has kind of so far admitted to being the only one here who used Flipnote.
I don't get any points if it is Jello, right? Like if it
No,
is
you do. If you
and we
guess me,
oh,
if you guess me and it is me, you get a point. Otherwise, like, what's the fun of having fake outs in there?
oh god.
It's just that
I just
none of
said-
you guessed me.
I just said Jell or Seigi, and I flipped the coin, so now it's Seigi.
The only thing I feel pretty sure about is that I don't think it's Gianni, but I have no idea which of you fuckers it is.
I'm just gonna say, listen, Jello's worked in anime. He's lost count of how many predators he's talked to.
We were all thinking it.
You're right. I
so
know what the
sad.
anime fandom is like. Perhaps better than most.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's locking in official guesses. You want to lock me, Gianni?
No, I think it was Wes.
Okay. You think it was Wes? Tosh?
Wes, flip a coin.
Okay. Heads or tails?
Heads.
Yeah, you
No,
would pick
you-
heads. Tails.
Okay.
What are you
Seigi.
doing? All right.
No, I mean Wes. Sorry, I meant to say Wes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you're locking in Wes. Wes, you're locking in Seigi. Seigi, who do you want?
I'm locking in Wes.
All right.
Dude, before you say who it is, and this isn't like a leeway into like me being like, oh, it was me all. Dude, 2009, going to the fucking pool, getting out, watching those fucking
Getting it out.
figure fights. I was the prototype for the iPad, baby. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
All right.
That shit rocked.
Will the poor person who interacted with a predator on Flipnote Studio for the 3DS please make themselves known?
So it was hard to interact with people in it.
Let's go.
God.
So here's the
Yes.
thing.
Gambling prevails.
On Flipnote Studio, it was proto YouTube with YouTube on the side. That was already YouTube, so it was just on your 3DS. And with a bunch of kids making like their own little Flipnote things, you would have a bunch of people kind of getting relative to pretty big like followings on there. Like the large, like for a 3DS based social media, there were like folks who were like pushing 10s to 20s to 30s of thousands of people following them, which is a lot for something that probably had a collective 100,000 people on it.
Yeah.
So I was just watching stuff. I'm just watching stuff, sometimes throwing a good little comment on there, just being like, funny, ha 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 ha, this is cool. Or like a lot of people, which is where the problem was, would make animations on them that would be basically just fully rotoed from stuff because you could use the camera, and they would do it really well, and I would be like, oh my god, you really drew this on the 3DS? I'm a gullible child. I'm a gullible child. I'm thinking someone drew like something you can't even get to that fine level of drawing with on this thing, and I'm like, oh my god. And come to find out over time of years, like I interacted, but I wasn't
A target.
a target. But I know there were, because years later, I come to hear the same name from this stuff that was on Flipnote, that they had moved over to starting doing stuff on YouTube and interacting with like a bunch of people on YouTube, sometimes getting voiceovers and art from YouTube people and their fan bases, and interacting with their fan bases very parasocially and getting called out for it after certain people said things. And I was like, oh, what's that? Wait, I'll watch your anime. Wait a minute.
I do want to. I did change this prompt slightly because when you sent it to me, it was interacted with predator parentheses question mark.
Yeah, S question mark. Because I couldn't. After that, that was the one person I was like, wait, there was you, but you had a lot of friends on there, and like, I'm gonna be real with you, you had a lot of friends who also interacted with a lot of their fan bases similarly to you. So I can't be sure.
You mean to tell me that all those things I saw weren't drawn on a DS?
Yeah.
No.
There is one guy that I do follow that is not a predator.
31.
Not
Yep.
a predator in any way, shape, or form, that still uses Flipnote stuff.
Is it Keke?
Kiki,
Yeah.
Kiki
Flipnote.
He's
Yeah,
great.
that's
I
what
followed
think
him
now,
since like Hateno. where
that
he
dude's
was
a
on
fucking
there.
wizard. I don't know how he's doing that
awesome.
shit.
Yeah.
He's also another variant of me in the world.
I was gonna
another,
say, honestly, he's like
another
the
tall,
Alola
black,
form.
skinny dude.
He's like the Alola form of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Wes. I thought it was gonna be you, and you said I was regarding the using the 3DS. You were the proto iPad baby, and not to make everything about our dumb character shit posts. But now I am thinking about a bit where Raiden, like, I'm a cyborg, was made in a tube, something, proto iPad baby with a Nintendo DS. I don't know. It needs a lot of workshopping, but I feel like there's something there. That's what I.
I can't do this. Where's the subway surfers? Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, something like that. Roll it.
My people will talk to your people.
Somebody wrong. Somebody steal that and upload it as your own. Perfect. Thank you.
Wait.
All right. Well, that's obviously kind of a darker note. So let's pull up out of that with a much more light one. Next prompt: who, as a child, killed a man?
What?
Oh.
That is what was given to me.
What the fuck? Look, guys, just because it's villain coded does not mean it's me this time. I swear to fucking God.
Who, as a child, dangled someone over a pit of lava while laughing maniacally?
This can't be real. This can't be real. This can't be real.
Who killed a man?
I know as much as you do now.
Limitations to let this happen? Is this
I
like
can't say fuck in the first minute of this stream, but Tosh can openly admit to murder?
I mean, if you're a child, it's probably manslaughter, right?
Everyone is saying
also
it's
man's
Tasch
laughter.
or Gianni. What the fuck, y'all? Like,
It did involve.
This can't be real.
If
can't be real.
if I were not hosting, my thought of like if it were like an accident, my gut would say Tasch or Gianni, but honestly, if it were like on purpose, they're like, yeah, fuck that guy. For some reason, my gut says justice, and I'd be like, I mean, I trust him. That guy probably deserved it.
yeah, true.
You get a freebie.
So
I
what was
can't-
the literal? What did you say? The
The
as a kid.
the words I was handed are who, as a child, killed a man. I don't know how literal this is.
Is this just a stint? Was this whole thing just an elaborate plot?
Is this
to
a
get me
sting?
to reveal? Yeah. Is that why I'm wearing this wire?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, you guys all still have your lob mics on, right?
Quiet! What's there to say? It's obviously Tosh. It's a villain story.
my guess is Gianni. I don't know. It's only.
You see,
I
every
don't wanna
time you're
guess
on the
any
back
of
foot, you
though.
point at me.
I do, but it's not me. Like,
Wes is awfully quiet.
I don't believe this is real. Like I'm sure it'll just. I'm sure it'll just.
Where it's like, as a child, I killed a man in a video game.
In
or something
Minecraft.
Like, you know, yeah.
I will say, if it were Gianni, he definitely would have included a in Minecraft there to meme it up. I'm pretty sure.
I don't believe this is real. I don't.
Let's wants to leave so bad.
This isn't me being like, oh, I don't know. Like this isn't me like stalling. Like I did not kill someone, but also like. I'm sure if this is a thing that happened, I'm sure this okay now it makes it sound like I am bad. Like I'm sure if whoever did it, I'm sure they had a pretty good reason.
Okay,
no,
this is such a funny comment chat. Wait, is this question a trans allegory? That's such a funny.
Wow.
Easy.
Oh, this is Wes.
Oh my god.
I killed a man.
Yeah.
I feel like we're all hesitant to joke about it because we don't know how serious or what the context was, and if it's like a really harrowing thing.
I love.
I'm just like, who killed somebody?
I
wanna
really
know.
love like the attempt. Like there had to be a good reason.
anymore, officers.
There had to be a good reason.
I will say
I
for
do like
chat. For chat, I am currently trying to emigrate to Canada and have already had to give my fingerprints to the FBI. I'm not fucking admitting to murdering someone on a stream.
Are you doing some like fucking what's that movie? Are you doing like some Scorsese shit to me where like you bring me into a house and the house is empty and that's when like I know that I'm fucked? Like are you trying to get me to admit to something that
Listen, the
I
US
was
government
there.
said
I was there, but it wasn't me.
If I could solve this case, then they would let me be a Canadian dual citizen. So I thought this was the best way to do it.
This is how I can do it.
This is why we're lined up like this, actually. This is for our mugshots.
Guys, we're Americans. We can revolt. I mean, we fucking suck at it, but we can do it.
Oh.
All right. Who do you guys think as a child killed a man?
If I guess who it is, it's libel, no matter who the fuck it is.
It's just a guess. No, it's only libel if you're, well, first of all, none of it's libel since you're saying it out loud.
Dear FBI, I will testify in court that Tasch Ritter killed that man.
I am your unwavering ally.
All right, Gianni, you're locking in Tasch. Tasch, I assume you're locking in Gianni.
Yeah.
All right, Wes.
You know, fuck it, Gianni, I don't know.
Seiji.
He's from
Gianni and
Florida.
I both holding knives at each other's throats.
I'm
Always.
throwing Wes under the bus.
All
That's
right,
fair.
this might be the first time you guys have guessed 3 different people. Actually,
Mexican standoff right now. Of
It
course,
is,
my fingers
it's
are
a
out.
heavy subject.
I'm the only
People are
one just standing
divided.
here
All right.
with guns at other people.
it's not like who got pants at prom. It's who killed someone.
I don't know which of your friends.
Stakes? Look, I was not told the stakes were going to be this fucking high on this stream. When I agreed to come on here, okay, my lawyer talked to you and said this was I was not okayed with this. Like, this did not.
I mean, you're the one who handed me the prompt, so if you're the murderer,
guys said
this really
That's
is on
true.
you. Yeah. So will the child murderer please identify themselves?
It's Tosh.
There was no good reason.
You see, I was telling the truth. Jesus
What
Christ.
did you do?
I can't get over having to Wes being like, there has to be a good reason that this happened, and me, no good reason.
You just felt like it?
What the fuck?
All right.
For the thrill?
First of all, I'm really upset because I've been like anxious about this stream because I know the stuff that I've put in.
You
Like
gave
Jello
this
picked my
to
like
me!
worst, darkest stories.
You gave
And not
it to
only
me!
that, but he's
Someone.
but he's put them all at the end, so it'll be the way I'm like the most remembered. Like the rest of the night, like it's gonna help further wash down the rest of the good time that we've had here. That he picked my worst stories for last.
Happened.
Okay, there's okay. I will start by saying
I'm gonna be honest. When I got these, I was like, I want to know what this is immediately because I want to know if it's cool for me to say it on stream. But also, Gianni, you did message me and you were like, I think I have a fun way to put all of these traumatic things into a story on a stream, which is also why I picked the zoo one, because it seemed the most innocuous to balance it out. But also, I was like, should I ask? I kind of want to learn in real time with everyone else, though.
You don't even know.
No, I
don't even
literally
know.
I don't
I was-
know any more than these prompts you guys gave me.
no,
I did not ask.
that's why I really wanted to say, like, no matter what happens, Jello, you did your job. You have nothing to feel bad about. Okay, you've served your audience the best you could. All right, so I should start by saying, yes, it is a little bit of a stretch, but
Okay.
I'll elaborate. The real reason that I put this story in here, okay, first of all, one thing that I talked to Jello a little bit about, or at least mentioned passingly, is like, I imagine a fine line with this show is like the fine line between, maybe this is just my fucked up life, the fine line between like interesting life stories and trauma dumping. Because for me,
Yeah.
a lot of the actual dirty laundry is like actually some fucked up shit that is pretty wild, and
Like,
people are
okay,
like, "This is
'cause-
crazy." Yeah.
because I'm not familiar with the show, but like for me, some of the most interesting stuff that's happened in my life is pretty horrible. And like it's like, especially looking back, like there's still like amusing or entertaining things or like some, I don't know, I don't want to say silver linings or like some fun stuff to like, I don't know, reflect on. So for me, this one's not that bad. I only killed a guy. But for me, the real reason why I put this in here is to give us all an excuse to reflect on how the internet used to be Dream Harp.
Okay.
Because
You killed someone.
yeah, I killed a guy. So I was a little shit kid on the internet, and back then, the way the internet worked was there were all of these different websites that were chat rooms with
Where
various
you could watch people
online...
murder each other on live streams.
I was indeed the very classic unsupervised kid on the internet in places that I shouldn't have been. Yeah, okay, I watched all the snuff videos, whatever. That's boring. Who cares?
Right.
But I filmed one. No, but in one of these chat rooms, there was this one website that I used to go to. It was like a dozen regulars of this one chat room, this website. It was managed by this one like MILF of a lady. Most of my stories seem to involve MILFs for some reason.
I didn't even include all the MILF stories you sent me.
Yeah, no, I know. And she like, there was like a gallery of like the regulars, like they had a little like cute little photo page where they would all like, they all come to the chat room all the time and they had little photos of themselves, and like hers was like, I remember she was like kind of a MILF in like a classic like New Year's Eve like sparkling black dress, and there was another dude who was just like a big ass like fucking engineer type dude, and there was another guy who was a gangster, a member of the Latin Kings, he told me. A gang out in California. Now, I was a kid, so possibly he was making that up, you know, and just faking a persona online. Who knows? It seemed the way he spoke about things that happened in his life were very believable to me. And I to this day believe that guy was in fact a real gangster. But I digress. None of the killing, believe it or not, the killing story has nothing to do with the member of the Latin Kings. So stop profiling people. Actually, the person that I should say possibly killed, and probably didn't, but I was a frequent member of this chat room.
I'm just letting you know, the longer you drag this out, the worse you're making it.
Yeah, I was envisioning you like in the room with the fucking orange jumpsuit, like fucking,
you know, I had a feeling actually. So I was a frequent member of the chat room. I don't remember whether or not I was identified as like a kid or not. I'm pretty sure, like most kids online in that era, I lied about my age and probably said I was like 18 or something. But one night I was alone in the chat room with one particular guy who'd been around for a while. I don't remember his name, but he was very, very seriously. I don't feel good about this story, by the way. This isn't what I'm proud of. He was under the belief that he was like genuinely like the son of Satan or some kind of prince of darkness. And again, it didn't seem like an RP thing, but rather maybe somebody who was kind of mentally unwell thing. Mm-hmm. This story sucks. I really don't like that it's here. I shouldn't have put it in. I'll admit that now. He kind of did often talk about, you know, going away.
Oh my god.
One night in the chat room alone with him, I kind of just like totally dressed him down and was like, you're the prince of nothing. It's a total delusion. You are not like Satan's son, whatever. And just like, he was like arguing with me about it. And he was like, no, I totally am. And then after that night, he no longer made appearances in that chat room. And I remember other people of the chat room being like, has anybody seen him or heard from him? And nobody ever did again. And so, but you know, maybe, possibly, unprovably, as a child, I killed a guy. is the story.
Yeah, so I want to say you're like clearly like you're like audibly nervous and upset. So I'm like sorry
it's
for
not,
that. But
well, it's not a good story.
I know that. So like I'm gonna be real with you. That is like so much less bad than I thought it could be.
I was like
that sucks.
Well, then I went to his house and I shot him to death. So
to make myself my ends.
Because, like, I don't know, everyone does shitty things as a kid that you assume, and if I'm a demon guy is in a chat room with you, and how old were you, I guess? Like, if you were, like, 25, then this sucks, but, like...
It was 3 months ago. I'm just a little guy.
June.
I don't remember. It was probably, like, fucking 10 or under or something.
10 or under?
Yeah.
Why were you on this fucking website?
I told you! I told you I'm the classic! Alright, listen.
I was expecting, like, you to be like, oh yeah, I was just like, oh, you should KYS or whatever, like.
No, I never told him to kill himself, I don't think.
Yeah, so, like, even that is.
So I'm not liable, we can all agree.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
Legally.
an Ace Attorney
Like,
case.
On
so
record.
No.
I mean, I'm sure you just like pissed him off and like he just like went to find like another like group or something.
Most likely he was like, all right,
But-
chat room sucks.
So if
I'm out of here. Fuck
if
you
I can
guys.
take some of the heat off Gianni for a second,
There's no heat being put on him by any of us. It's
I know.
chat,
I'm
maybe,
for
but-
chat. Yeah,
Merely
chat's
chains.
yeah. No, so when I mentioned to you guys when we were setting up yesterday that I was like banned for fraud, I thought I'd murder over it. So I was banned for fraud on Twitch falsely. By their own admission, it was just like a fucking clerical error. And when Aloha and I were moving stuff over, we had to communicate with a lot of pre-existing like unofficial VOD channels that had re-uploaded our stuff just because we were like, we're never going to do this. And we weren't going to do a YouTube VOD channel for a long time until Twitch fucking banned us and forced our hand. But then it became a problem where YouTube was like, we'd be like, hey, we're uploading these things. And YouTube would, when we were trying to get like partnered and monetized, YouTube was like, these aren't your videos because the same video has been uploaded by someone like a year ago. And I'm like, no, that's me. I can film a video of me proving that's me in the stream. And like, that wasn't good enough. So we had to ask a bunch of people to take down their VOD channels. And most of them were very cool about it. And in this process, there was this pretty nice dude who, he started voluntarily doing this before all this happened. And it was like going on in the background. There was a guy from like Brazil or Colombia or Ecuador or somewhere. And he was like, hey, can I run a VOD channel? You can have like partial control over it. You can be a moderator. And I was like, sure, whatever. And he starts doing it. And then I was like trying to contact him to be like, hey, can we take this down? I'm only like a partial guy. So I can't take it down. And also you have done a non-zero amount of work for this. I don't want to like, you know, I don't want this to be a surprise to you that I'm burning it. And he messaged me with something along the lines of like, hello, this will be my last message because this specific cartel is in a beef with my family and I probably won't ever talk to you again. And he never did. And like on one hand, it's hyper possible that that's just like, it was like a 19-year-old kid who watches our stuff and was just like, it's embarrassing to say I don't want to do this thing I volunteered for anymore. What's the most reasonable way out of this? I'm fucking being targeted by a drug cartel. Goodbye. I have literally known people who would rather do that. Thank you, Aloha. It was an email sent 5 months before we asked for the channel, by the way. This did happen completely separately.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
Also, hold on a second. Why is the AI generated chat summary talking about a streamer's story about pushing someone off a cliff when they were 10 years old?
Well, that's what I was trying to get to.
That's what Twitter's going to be
Anyway,
saying about this.
I had
this
to mute myself laughing at it.
The other people in the chat room, they suspected me, so I went and pushed all of them off cliffs to hide the evidence until.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, but
Statute of
you know,
limitations. Hey,
shit, scary shit happens on the internet sometimes, and sometimes you pretend.
be
Was
like
it like
that.
was it like an AIM chat room? What was this?
No, it wasn't AIM. I'm
YouTube
telling you,
is-
there were websites that there was just this lady's own website. There
Just
was
like a
chat
C-box or
room.
something? Like a chat
Like
box?
a
There
forum
was-
almost.
Okay.
Kind of, yeah. It was just like people had like their own individual like welcome to Macy's space like websites or whatever. And this was one that existed. I lurked all kinds of random chat rooms when I was a kid, which is probably part of why I'm like this now.
Yeah, I mean,
but,
if you were running into shit like that, well, I do have one more officially sanctioned one. So, who sculpted a snow dick onto a prominent statue in broad daylight?
Ooh.
I'm saying that's so funny to be like, okay, moving on.
But there isn't a segue. There's no segue here. I don't know what magic segue you want me to pull out of my
No, it's
hat.
been here the whole time.
I feel like it's Seigi. That
Why?
sounds like something you were doing on like your fucking college campus. I don't know.
No, we didn't have any cool statues on our campus though.
Sculpted a snow dick.
And like, I'm gonna be real with you. If I did that, it would be sculpted onto an elephant, and I wasn't gonna go through that effort.
Moderator, could I hear the prompt again?
Okay. Who sculpted a snow dick, hyphenated, onto a prominent statue in broad daylight? Made a little more prominent by this, I assume.
Okay, so the age isn't specified because somebody said it's Gianni, but he's Floridian. Well, I'm in Canada now, to be fair, and it doesn't. I could have done that just the other day. That is
There was a
possible.
lot of snow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
It couldn't have been Tasch. There are no prominent statues in Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's true. I ain't climbing to the top of the temple to do that. Sorry, y'all.
I'm gonna say Jello.
Oh, it must have been
I
Wes.
feel like it's a Wes
because
one, though.
Wes is. I think you're in one of those like Springfield type fucking places. So there's probably that statue of that guy like from in Springfield, and that's probably the statue that you put the snow dick onto. I think it was Wes.
This is
Can
the
I ask you
most
something?
circumstantial
It's really
evidence
compelling,
I've ever heard in my life. Go ahead, Wes.
Can I ask you something real quick? What the fuck does that mean? I live in one of those Springfield style, like a
Yeah,
cartoon
you're like
city.
you're like in. Can I say what state I think you're in? I don't want to like.
Yeah,
how
that's
much
fine.
you're in like you're in Illinois, right? You're in Chicago.
Pretty
Wait,
much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
not
said that
Chicago.
earlier.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's like kind of like Springfield. It was like one of the places that Springfield is kind of based on, I think. So
No.
White.
there's you got that statue out there, the guy with the squirrel
Yeah,
hat.
you were
and
out
put a
there.
snow dick on him.
Wes was out at Millennium Park and was like, you know what would really spice up this bean?
Yeah. a
Put
little
snow dick
penis
on the bean.
I have seen the bean.
Put a ween on the bean.
That's what she said. But I know.
Nice.
No.
No.
Oh, well,
I don't live near Chicago. Like
That or
I
Segi, because like New York does have prominent statues like crazy.
But
Yeah.
you think I would touch the radioactive snow?
That's
I don't-
oh.
That's true. Yeah.
I love the
And-
idea that you guys think there are huge swaths of land with no statues on them. Like, okay, when I lived in Texas, they had these like prominent thing markers like everywhere. There were like 9, and I didn't live somewhere like cool or important. There were like 3 within immediate driving distance of me, and one of them was just like, this is a famous graveyard that had such and such Fucklecuddy from 1832. His body's not there anymore, but there's a rock there now, and it's like, hey man, this barely counts as history.
He was eaten by bears, and so in honor, we have built him a rock.
Why am I incriminating myself? I'm just saying that, like, an idea, it's just like, there couldn't be statues anywhere but New York or Chicago is, like, a very strange reason this story
No,
would not
I
be okay.
only am saying. Look, Tosh is. I assume the word used was prominent.
Mm-hmm.
I can't describe anything in Utah as prominent. Come on.
It's not. Yeah.
That's why I would think it would have to be like Chicago or New York. I mean, though to be fair, Jello, you did totally dissolve my joke point because Utah would be like, here's our largest spork or whatever, and that,
I mean, you'd be driving in the middle of Utah.
Want to see a spork with a dick? It was Tosh.
That's pretty good.
I'm sorry to inform you, there's no giant sporks in Utah. It's all Mormon shit.
Not anymore. They're covered by a giant snow penis.
But wouldn't you wanna like subvert the eunuch Mormon with a huge penis?
Bold of you to assume we get enough snow for that, actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's fair.
I'm
gonna say Jello.
We're in a desert. Yeah.
All right, let's lock in our guesses. And this is perhaps the last chance for the official game. So this hasn't happened yet, except me, hilariously. But if someone does not guess, they get 3 points. So if someone gets away with this, they could run away and win the game. So I'm just throwing that out.
I think it was Seigi.
Okay. Tosh, who do you think it was?
I still think it's Seigi. Yeah.
Okay. Wes?
I'm gonna say you. Saying you.
Same me? Okay. Seigi.
Yeah.
Wes.
All right.
That's bold.
Will the statue in Peniser please make themselves erect?
Hello, everybody.
Oh my God!
Important detail I left out. So it's funny. Gianni is actually correct because it was not in Utah that this happened.
Nope.
It was
I knew
on
it.
my mother's college campus in Idaho. What is currently BYU Idaho, formerly Rick's College. And it was not actually the first time it happened. It was reenacting the thing that my mother did when she was in college there. And my mom and I were visiting my grandparents, and we were gonna pass by her old college campus, and I always remembered this story she would tell and thought it was so funny that she would sculpt it. And the best part about this, it was a prominent statue relative to the area. Like, it's in the middle of like sort of not courtyard-ish thing, but like it's this thing outside like the library or whatever, and it's a guy like seated and like his like hand resting on his chin or whatever, like a thinker kind of adjacent statue. And
Yeah,
when she
prime
was
dick
in
position.
when she was in college, she just sculpted a big old dick in his lap, and we always thought that was such a funny story. And then I was like, "Yo, Mom, how close is your campus? We should do that again." And so it's actually she and I both sculpted a dick on that statue again and did not get caught. And it was great.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I wish I could do this game again, knowing that one of my valid guesses that I would have said this for about more stories. I would have said Tasha's mom.
Yeah, that would have been multiple.
That is true. Tasha's mom is really, like, Tosh wins with the most points. Yay, hooray. But I feel like Tasha's mom is the secret winner of this game.
No, she is absolutely cooler than me. Every time she shows up in one of our chats, everyone's like, "Yo, Tasha's mom, hey."
Tasha's mom is cooler than me.
She's cooler than me.
You make her sound like Indiana Jones almost. I'm not doubting it, obviously. Just like, damn.
I'm not downing it. I love
add like a random text box that just says Tasha's mom and give her my points.
I mean, I'll be honest, I don't want to make that happen mechanically.
I'm kidding. Oh, you're good.
Yeah. But could I do that? Yes. Yeah. So that is the game. We are 30 minutes early from the time. So if anyone does have a story they'd like to share, Gianni, right. I feel that you got a little bit shafted. Do you have any ones that you think would be fun?
Okay, yeah. Here's what we're gonna do. All right, everybody. I'd like to present the next segment called Gianni Stories Jello Didn't Take.
Aww.
Okay. Was a mall cop. Lost virginity to gears of war. Broke up a knife fight. Found a bag of piss behind the toilet. Had a crush and tried to show this by giving a squished pocket cookie. I was 16, by the way. Booked a hotel room for days of sex with a stranger off Facebook. This person later became my girlfriend.
Aww.
And not my wife. Different person. Is technically connected to organized crime. Had to relearn how to walk. Deadlifted a horse carriage. Was sent premium alcohol from a French nihilist MILF. Pissed in the sink. Pissed in the sink. Pissed in the sink. Pissed on the floor in front of the sib. All right, that's the whole segment.
So the real reason I didn't take your Gears of War story is because, frankly,
I'm not mad about that, Jello, but I am really mad that we didn't run 3 pissed in the sinks and then a 4th pissed on the floor in front of the sib. We could have had it all. They would have never seen it coming.
I thought the Gears of War story was a little too similar to Tosh's sex during Armored Core, which I thought was a little more flavorful and a little less obviously Tosh than obviously Gears of War
I didn't
sex.
fuck the disc.
I didn't know that. It didn't say that.
Oh.
I did want to ask, is the technical connection to organized crime the guy in the Latin Kings from that chat room?
No, that's a different connection to organized crime.
The Latin King.
I mean,
And also,
cousin
lost
that's in,
virginity to
some
Gears
shit.
of War does not mean had sex while playing it.
Does not mean that, but Gears of War, just the moment it gets mentioned, it's very clearly you. I think it's
Okay, yeah,
the
that's
fact
fair.
that Gears of War is involved.
Yeah, fair. I'll take that.
Yep.
Do we just want to keep speed?
Yeah,
on
if anyone
all that?
wants to share any of the, and if you have a story you'd like to elaborate on, feel free. I like, Gianni, I think you were playing some Wii Shop music there for a second, and now your little guy's mouth is stuck open like, hey, that's right, it was me, I pissed in the sink.
Wait. I can... yeah, I can fix that.
Do you have the sub story music, Seigi? I know you do.
Which button is it? Oh, wait, sorry. There it is.
Mine are not as funny. All right. I had to give myself the Heimlich maneuver. The first time I was in... Oh, I read that one. I interrupted a class discussion of War of the Worlds to quote Family Guy. I sold my special edition silver PS2 Slim for $30. I confessed to my girlfriend while playing Rumbleverse. It's our 2-year anniversary next week. I love you.
Based.
The first handle I went, the first handle I went by online contained the word cybersex, and the first album I ever purchased was the soundtrack to The Shaggy Dog, 2006. My wife literally just walked in. Hi,
Nice.
I love you. Do you still like me even though I kind of suck?
You both are so great. Hi, Sonny.
Gianni says hello.
Ugh. I think the only thing I can think of. What was it? Wait a second.
You
I
gave
want
me the
all of
least
them.
by far, Justin. You gave
Yeah,
me
I
like
didn't give you as many because a lot of mine were ones that I was like, no, they're gonna figure that one out. They're gonna figure that one out. Like
Yeah.
one that I was going to think of was gifted T-Pain multiple Animal Crossing crowns on his daughter's birthday.
Oh my god.
Because that did happen one morning. I was watching T-Pain stream, and he was very drunk after a whole night of streaming into his daughter's birthday because it was like a streamathon to just raise her money for like buying shit for his daughter. And he, at the end of the stream, this was in 2020, he was playing Animal Crossing, and this was right after I had done a glitch to make like an actual island's worth of crowns
The good old days.
back in the day. So I bought all of those, and I brought like a whole inventory worth, and he was like, hey, I'm just gonna start letting this be open to people if you want to join up. And he was like screaming out people's names because like it has a 5-minute long time to like get into the freaking game of Animal Crossing when you do it, and it shows everybody's name. It was very funny. He's extremely drunk and was like, oh my god, it's Segway from fucking Virginia, because the name of my town was Virginia, because Segway Virginia. Haha.
Yeah.
So that was a very fun one, and I did hang out with T-Pain on his stream for a minute.
That's
which is
so
enjoyable.
funny, dude.
He was very drunk.
And Tash, do you have any? Do you have
Yeah,
any that
I
you
can-
want to share?
I do have the rest of my list that got cut. I need some funny background music. Does somebody have something?
Can I play this licensed song?
No.
Do you want? Do you? Wait. Okay. Yeah, I
What are
got you,
about- What are you
Tosh.
about to fucking? What are you about?
No, you'll like this one. You'll like
Okay.
this one. And if you don't, then we'll get justice. Although hopefully it's not too loud. We'll find out.
It's pretty loud.
Here we go. It's loud.
Pretty loud, yeah.
Okay. Wait. Yeah. Never mind. Justice. Do you have another song? Yeah. Okay. That's a lot better.
Okay, sure, yeah. Okay, who get Marika saying to play Bloodstarved Beast? Thank you. You understand me? No. So this one was already mentioned. Who gave Markiplier a Pop-Tart? Who went into a church campus building as neither a student nor a member just to get cheap egg salad sandwiches in their deli? Who has Doug Bowser as a fellow alumni? I left out the part
what?
where he did autograph my Switch as well. He went to my college, and now he's.
You got to get me in.
Yeah, I'll work on that. Who made direct eye contact with their asshole bowling instructor as they bowled backwards and got a strike?
Was it your bowling instructor's asshole or?
He was such a dick. I'm not even gonna get into it.
Okay, he was an asshole,
Not even
never
the
mind.
fun kind. Like it was. Yeah, he was a piece of shit. But anyway, and everyone clapped. Anyway, who took somewhere around 1,200 milligrams of caffeine over the course of 2 days and was awake for like 42 hours straight?
Oh my god.
Who
You
drove
did.
through
Oh yeah.
drove through a blizzard and recreated that one train drifting sequence in Polar Express?
Yellow.
Who fractured their wrist by running straight into a brick wall? I was
Segi.
like, I was 3.
Oh my
Whose
god.
admiration of Ezio Auditore helped heal a chronic ankle injury?
I was curious about that one. If you can elaborate on that, because I don't know
just-
what the fuck that could mean.
I'll elaborate on that one in a second. Who got paid to direct a live session before they got paid to act in a live session? Who had a teacher that painted Jesus for a living, called him a disgrace? And who drew a cumulative total of 69 penises on a shitty coworker's cup over the course of a week and never got caught?
That's great.
God damn.
Oh yeah, but the Ezio Auditore thing is I was playing Assassin's Creed for the first time at like age 18, 19. This was years after, by the way. Like I didn't get an Xbox 360 until I was like 18 or 19. So it was like old at the time, and I was like, oh yeah, Assassin's Creed, this is so cool. And then I was walking by the fucking club whatever thing on my college campus, and all the clubs have their like little tables and booths set up or whatever. And there was a slacklining club, and legitimately the first thought that passed through my mind when I saw them on the slackline, which for those who don't know, it's kind of like tightrope walking a little bit, but it's like usually only a couple feet off the ground.
Why do those spawn
like
on college campuses? Like, I feel like that's
They really do.
Yeah, yeah. It's also like the material is kind of like almost like a seatbelt. It's like a wide strap, not like a wire or anything. Anyway, but the first thing I thought when I saw guys balancing on it was like, oh wow, this is so cool, just like Assassin's Creed 2. And so then I decided to join because of that. And then it ended up strengthening my ankles enough to heal the, like I had rolled it really, really bad when I was like younger. So I had some like, like just walking in the wrong heels or shoes, I could just like roll my ankle on accident, just walking normally. So my ankle was like super weak, and then I was slacklining, and then it strengthened the muscles, and now I don't do that anymore.
Oh.
Anyway, that's my stories.
all right.
You would be an awesome assassin based on all of. I guess this joke doesn't work as well
Means
now after I
means a
told
lot
my
coming
story.
from
I was
you.
gonna say, oh, after all of your real world murders, and I realized I was the only one who confessed.
For the record, none of us think any differently of you, or think you
Oh no,
are
I've always thought you were a
responsible.
murderer.
I would for real
Exactly.
if I were like somehow having an out of body experience and was guessing out of this panel of 5, I would 1,000,000% guess me for the murder story, and then I would be like, well, I'm sure Jello's still killed someone before.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say it, but since you said it out loud, yeah.
I guess everyone elaborated on a bonus story but me. Should I also do one?
If you have one
'cause
you would like, yeah.
Okay, I read off the whole list earlier. Okay, well, I feel like we alluded to the Gears of War virginity one enough times that I should. Oh, pissing in the sink. Yeah, so I pissed in the sink.
All right, good night, everyone. Thanks so much for coming.
Yeah. So, well, actually, okay, the story about losing virginity to the Gears of War is not that interesting. I was a gamer, unfortunately, and around the time Gears of War 1 came out, I was very online playing on my Xbox 360 with other people from across the world. Actually, I was really into Perfect Dark Zero's multiplayer, and then we were on there like years after launch with Perfect Dark Zero, still running matches all the time. We had like our own little community and everything, but as Gears of War 1 came out, a bunch of our people started to move over to playing Gears of War as their main. So I ended up spending a lot of hours in the Gears of War 1 multiplayer, where I met who would become my first girlfriend. And she was also in Florida, much higher north in it. And I was like,
I thought you were going to say much higher ranked in Florida.
You know what? I think she actually was also a better player than me. So she was higher ranked, I think. And yeah, no, she was also in Florida. So I don't know. I was what, fucking 15 or something, and went up and paid her a visit, and ended up starting a relationship off of Gears of War. And you know,
Hell yeah, dude.
the way that I lost my virginity to Gears of War is I made sure that before I fucked her, I rubbed one out and thought about Marcus. Okay, good night, everybody.
I legit really thought you were being serious when you said you stuck your dick in the hole of the game disc.
I couldn't. It's too big. I need to borrow those inches from you to make it happen.
Oh, you're gonna put him in circumference?
I'd like to spec those points into circ, please.
I don't know if that will make it. I think an
Sorry,
inch is gonna be too much right away.
You misread the interface prompt. Circ actually means circumcise.
Oh. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming up here and telling me your crimes. Do we want to, like, are you working on anything? Where can people find you? The usual shit you do when guessing at the end of a stream.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I got another guy I'm going to kill. Oh, Seigi, you go first.
Yeah, Justice, you go first.
Sure. Hi, guys. I'm SeigiVA, or Justice Washington, if you want, like, my real work for voice acting. I'm a voice actor. And I also be streaming on Twitch under SeigiVA, SeigiVA. You should come watch, or not. I don't care. I'm not sad.
Oh, that's such a good point, chat. I'm sorry, Tash. You won the Gianni's friend spot.
Oh my god,
God, fucking damn it. I thought that this was going to be my chance to get out.
So that's what Tash has going on. As for me, I'm Gianni Matragrano, GetGianni, and they just launched the Gabrielle plush, so that we got that going on. That's pretty cool. If you like Ultra Kill, I don't know what do I have to tell people that I'm doing? Dumb shit posts, voicing in whatever boomer shooter decides to extract more blood from me. And possibly your project. Email me and find out. I don't know, whatever. You know what? Just go ahead and just go follow everybody else instead.
Hey, Tosh, you're on the screen. Why don't you
Oh, yeah. So I mean, I did throw the fucking link for the Grifter's website for those who want more pain like this. If you want to like watch our old VODs and shit, They're
I
like,
just
"Man,
want to
dumb."
throw this
God.
out there that every time you guys have mentioned the grifter's name, you are saying it with the level of like fear and regret that people use when someone in a public space, like if you're like a voice actor at a panel being asked about something that got them canceled, and you're like, yeah, the grifters. Remember that?
The militia.
It's we're gonna have to, if we're doing this and plugging the grifters, we are gonna have to grift again.
I know.
That's why we're
Well-
regretting it.
Yeah, well, we already promised to do that batshit, like, the Deltarune thing keeps coming up. Like,
Yeah.
we do have to fucking do that again because, oh god, what was the thing we promised to do? Let me find
No,
out.
you DM'd me the order in which we have to play them.
Oh.
Because we
Here, I have
started
it
with
pinned.
part 2, and then go ahead and just read us the order that we have to
Okay.
do the voice throughs in that you promised everybody. For once,
Yeah,
something
so-
awful happening to us that isn't my fault.
Yeah. we all agreed to do this. So the
Yeah.
voice through plan for all the Delta, because as things release, we have to capitalize on that. So we did chapter 2. Next we're gonna do Undertale. Then we'll do chapter 3. Then we'll do chapter 1. Then we'll do the genocide route of Undertale. Then we'll do chapter 2 again, and then we'll do chapter 4.
Why are you doing a figure 8 like that?
Because we have to make everything harder on ourselves.
Okay.
It has to be as bad as possible and unwatchable and search engine de-optimization, which is
That's
really
a whole
funny.
That is our
part
thing.
of
Yeah.
You're
That's
grifting
the deal.
None
views
of the
from
VODs
yourself.
are on the same channel. Like, they're all spread out across all 3 of us. There is no central place to find things except the website I made.
Ah.
It's bad on purpose. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
We will actually do more eventually. We keep saying it to each other, and all of us mean it. It's just that it's been scheduling. And by the way, don't get excited, anybody, because there's no immediately present future
Yeah.
that we.
Yeah,
can
I mean,
see
I
that
managed
we're
to
gonna make it
snag you
happen.
guys right before Tosh is moving, and just after you
Yeah.
finished
Dude.
helping someone else move, and after
I have
I
2
finished
more
moving.
moves after that.
Yeah, so
Jesus
assume
Christ.
Tosh won't be doing anything for 2 more years because that's how much 2 moves is going to take out of you.
Yeah.
I move in 5 days, and I have not started packing. It's been insane.
Oh, you're
here, y'all.
fucked.
I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Anyway, but if I'm gonna promo something legitimate and real, my girlfriend does really cool audio fiction and podcasts, and you'll hear
Anna's
a lot of
badass.
us guest in those sometimes.
Who is your girlfriend so people know what to search for that?
Radiger in the chat right now.
I saw. I don't know if you saw this, but somebody earlier in the chat said, "Holy shit, your girlfriend is one of the best SCP authors."
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's true.
My girlfriend writes SCPs and does a cool audio fiction series set in the SCP universe called Find Us Alive. You can hear me as Dr. Klein in that one. She's a lot of fun. Anyway, she also just released an original one that's been airing. That's actually, we're coming up on some of the final couple episodes for Hymns for the Road, which is a lot of fun. It's world ended, but it's not nukes. It's fairy creature type shit. It's good. Not the hoo-hoo fairies. It's if you say thank you, they own your soul type shit or whatever. Anyway, yeah, you should go check it out. Hymns for the Road and stuff. Yeah, there we go.
All right. And Wes, how about you?
I don't be doing shit nowadays. I stream with my buddy once a week. I stream with Seigi and some of our pals once a week or so.
Yeah.
If you have a unwell freak in your game or your show or your whatever, I'd love to read for them.
Hire Wes for voiceover. She is one of the most underrated talents of our time. Get in on the ground floor and get her in your game. The VO will be so good, and she
Genuinely.
probably is and she's probably too cheap. Pay her more than what she asked for. Also, I don't know what she's charging, but pay her more.
Tip
Yeah, I
her.
did. I legit did, like, you know, I went to everyone's Blue Sky and followed them because I was like, maybe I should actually start using Blue Sky and following people instead of just existing on it and not saying anything. And
Yeah, same.
and I did see, it must have been you, Wes. It was like, here's commissions or something for voice stuff, and you were asking for like a nickel, and I was like, oh no, it needs to be more than that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm kind of poor and stupid. Play the Nightmare Cart DLC whenever that comes out. Buy the Gabrielle plushie. Make love to it. Become a seg head. Listen to Find Us Alive. Play Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Yeah.
I think that's everything.
That's a good message, yeah.
That's the moral of the story. Play like a dragon.
So fucking fun.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming out. This was a lot of fun. I'm so happy we managed to make this happen as fast as we did. This usually doesn't happen on my channel. There's so much shit I have to get, so many ducks I have to put in a line. You guys are all like, we'll do this right away. And that was a nice relief. Will I do more of these in the future? Maybe. I don't know. You guys blew all your stories, so it'll have to be with you.
I thought about that. I was like, well, if we ever wanted to come back, then we shouldn't read them all, but fuck it.
But,
I will say thank you, Jello. I don't know how you do it. This was so well put together. Super fun. Great chatting with pals. And just a great time. I don't know how you do half the things you do, honestly. You're way too busy. Work less. You make me feel bad.
Yeah.
Do less shit. Become like more of a dirtbag.
I would love to. My problem is that I've been working on a lot that never comes out anymore. Where I am trying desperately to finish a video I've been working on for 2 fucking years about about anime openings and their graphic design, and why everyone who's ever made a top 100 anime openings video is really just making their favorite songs and not considering anything about the opening, which is bullshit as a graphic designer. And I've been working on that for 2 years, and I keep going, it'll be finished this month, and then shit like my car explodes. So, yeah.
Oh, dude. Shakes hands.
Shakes hands. We die. All right, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. This did end up being about exactly 3 hours. Yay.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
I just want you to know that is a miracle, considering us. Since every single grifter stream that ever ran for like 3.5 years, we were always late by at least 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Disastrous. And you would think we were using that time for something, but we weren't. Hell, Segi slept through most of it.
Segi would fall asleep on stream during stream. Okay?
And we would always be like, both of us were like, can't really blame him. Show sucks. But we would have to like nudge his dead body for his line cues on the read-throughs. It was so fucking funny. I hope
sunglasses on him.
Yeah, I hope when we get back to it, he keeps sleeping.
So
That's honestly one of my favorite features.
If you guys in chat want to watch more fully voiced flavored shit, because that's also what we do on this channel, but you're like, it's too easy to find in these playlists and in one place, and you want to go on like an Easter egg hunt to see Justice sleeping through half of it, apparently, you can go find that.
So true. He's just like not alive.
Do you want what Jello does here, except worse?
Yeah,
Check out the grifters today.
I hope you're like, if you're not a very big fan of Jello, please go check out what we do, and you'll love this fucking guy.
I know you're saying that as a joke.
And subscribe.
But
you
that's
won't
like,
regret it.
I know you were saying that as a joke, Gianni, but that's like very, like, I joined the Overly Sarcastic Productions was doing a donathon thing, and I sometimes join for those, and there were like literally non-ironic like, ew, Jello apocalypse things in chat, and I was like, I'm so loved this. 2024 is my year, baby. Can't stop winning. But yeah, also, if you guys, not that you need more to do shit, but maybe just Tasch on your own time, you should play Of the Devil. It's like Death Note.
Yes.
It's like Death Note, but with women.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Sorry. Yes.
I think I remember seeing bits about that. I definitely want to check it out.
Yes. It's really good. It's like really good.
Yes. If you guys do that one, I'm not even at the main channel. I'm like your guys' shemp. But if you guys ever do that shit, let me know.
No. You are an honorary member. which
Yeah, Shemp.
is
Yeah.
Yeah, like
we
Shemp.
had to.
dishonorary member. It's a dishonor.
Yeah,
to
we
be
had to
affiliated with
deputize you
us,
for the
but yeah.
inflation stream, and that
Yep.
doesn't expire. That's a stain you carry for life.
Watch the inflation stream.
Yeah, if we
Please do not make that the moral
similarly,
of this fucking stream.
Similarly, it's not on this channel. It was just like a fully voiced thing we read with another group of friends, but we did have an infamous stream that still gets brought up, which is the cum stream. So I guess this is really just the pipeline. Is you work at a zoo, you start voicing games online, and then you have the stream. And you have to deal with it.
Yeah. And then suddenly you start getting hired for stuff, and you pray
Somehow.
and hope, like, okay, God, did they hire me because of that, or do they not know?
I'm just picturing this person in chat, like at the end of a bar, speaking up with a shaking hand, holding a cigarette that says, "I was there for the cum stream." Which game was the cum stream? Trails from Zero. Yeah. All right. We want to wrap it there.
Man. Yeah, that was good shit. Thank
All
you
right.
guys
That
again for
seems
having us. It was fun.
Leave before the
was
feds
fun.
kick my fucking door.
Yeah, yeah, we gotta break down this operation. All right. Good night, everybody.
Thanks,
Good
everyone.
night.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Have a good one.